All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm having great on this auspicious day, and yeah, it's a great day. It's a great day for me, anyways. Great day.
Yeah. Nice, good man, good. Glad to hear that. Your mic sounds a little different today.
Does it?
It does.
I haven't done anything different
Huh?
that I know of. I rebooted my machine. I don't know.
You might not. It usually sounds really good. Like today,
you know
maybe.
What?
Maybe you're picking up the wrong mic. You sound like you're in the bathroom or the hallway of the club. I don't know which one.
It is picking up the microphone off of my camera. It seems.
Yeah, I could tell the quality. Quality's not up to par. Well, Peter checks that out, friends, over to our trading terminal gappers list. You can always check this out, tradingterminal.com. And today we have a bunch of stuff in the green. Usual suspects. I see Hood and some other ones on here. And other usual suspects that are not in a good way, not in a positive way. BMNR and some other ones that don't trail that good. UPXI is back on this list. So a bunch of other stuff that we've seen here before. JD is on here. I don't see Baba. They're usually moving together. But JD's on there, and BBAI, and again, just the usual stuff. Some earnings as well today. Anytime you see CVX on the list, its earnings are actually, they have something else, having like some kind of battle with Exxon and whatever. We'll get into all of that. But Peter, before we do so, what is the latest and greatest on our U.S. economic calendar?
Oh, here we go. This mic should be better. I think I got it fixed.
Yeah, yep. You sound like yourself now. Good.
There you go. All right. Yeah, economic data just came out, and at least on the housing starts and housing permits, pretty much in line with expectations. Let's see. I just got to get the numbers right here as we update them. But, you know, like 1.3 million on both housing starts and housing permits, and pretty much it came out at that exact same number. So nothing really special to report there. Later this morning, we do have the consumer sentiment. Again, not a big market impact item. So all in all, pretty quiet morning on the economic calendar. Really, the news that's been moving the markets is the White House is back. Welcome back, President Trump, and your incursions into the public space. Anyways, yeah, who knows what today's going to bring, right? We've had suggestions of him and looking to try and figure out how to take out Powell. Have been relatively quiet from the Fed. They have chosen not to respond to that. Other than there's been some suggestion that they might actually be looking at a change in interest rates. And if you look at the public or the analyst sentiment, it's slightly decreased the percentage that think that we might have a stable rate, but only by about 2 percentage points. We're still at 95% that think that the rates are not going to change at the time of the next Fed meeting in a week and a half on the 30th of July. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, I think the Fed will continue to be quiet on this. They gain nothing by responding or speaking out. They've already said what they had to say in terms of their view of interest rates and what they need to do, right or wrong, right? That's a stance they've taken, and they're unlikely to change it, in my opinion, anyways. As Carlos pointed out, really, I think the bigger news, or the stuff that's going to give us some trading opportunity, is likely on earnings. And we have some interesting ones to talk about, although not many. The majority of the earnings are going to be coming out next week. We had the banks earlier. We had Netflix last night, which we will certainly talk about. And then, a bunch of stuff that we don't normally trade that doesn't trade all that well, but I'll mention a couple of the highlights anyways.
Yep. All right. Absolutely. All right, friends. Let's jump right to it over on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And good morning to our members as well. All right, let's get to our gappers list. Let's start here with VVPR today. VVPR, we have a gap up of 14%, 456,000 shares traded. Doesn't look that good. Low flow at sitting at 4.3 million. So again, I'm not interested in it at all. And also, I don't really like the way this pre-market action looks. Like, it doesn't look active for the type of low flow that it is. So I'll leave it alone, Peter. Not sure if you have anything to add on this Vivo Power International.
Yeah, we've seen it before. It's never traded well. They did announce a new partnership with a company called Flare that they're going to be able to better access their digital assets and Carlos, I mean, the digital assets, what do you think those are? It's
cryptocurrencies, bitcoins. What else would it be?
In this case, apparently, they are looking to invest $100 million in XRP. So that's a new one for these companies, but it doesn't matter. Pick a cryptocurrency. It seems like it's all the rage, right? People are investing in stuff all over the place. So I guess Bitcoin and Ethereum has been overdone. They said, I know, we'll do XRP. I'm just waiting for, you're going to get Tether. We already had Solana, right? Somebody announced investment in Solana. So you know what? I mean, again, pick your platform. Random companies are putting money into them.
Yeah, there it is. Again, doesn't meet my criteria, will not be on my list, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the next one. Is going to be KSCP. So KSCP up about 13%. KSCP, also a low flow stock, as you can see here, sitting around 6.5 million shares flow, so definitely on the lower side of things. Another one that doesn't really have great volume, 497,000 shares traded. I just don't like anything on here. Even the day doesn't look attractive to me at the moment. So looks like the fun has come and gone here, Peter.
Yeah. They interesting. They're leveraging name brand recognition, but not theirs. Palantir. So Palantir now seems to be one of those favorite stocks that people like to quote that they've got a partnership with, or that they're using their solutions, just like NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still number one, I would say. Remember when it used to be all Microsoft, right? If you announced that you had to deal with Microsoft or Amazon, that would shoot you to the top of the charts for the morning. Then it became all NVIDIA. Now I feel like Palantir's picking up the pace here, so people are just lining up to say, hey, yeah, we work with them. Nightscope is just the latest.
Yeah, okay, there it is. So we are getting a little bit of a move. I don't know how well that's going to trade. I'm not loving it, so we'll leave it alone. But at the market open, if people want to buy into this, it can be a good mover, right? So again, just keep an eye on it. I like the catalyst, and we've seen some other ones, like you said, Peter, trade very well off that catalyst with that merger with Palantir. Like, what's the other one? What was that weird electric airplane company? How quickly we forget. I'm not gonna remember that ticker. But we had the
electric, not Joby.
No, not Joby. Palantir was getting together with the one that you're saying they had like 54 billion flights or something. Some ridiculous number that didn't make any sense. They were electric planes. Yeah, so the Palantirs, they helped them out a little bit there. So we've seen some good action out of it. I just don't know if that's gonna continue. You have to wait for the market open. Was it Archer? No, I don't think it was Archer. Was it? Archer Aviation, it was no, it was something else. It was a company we never really heard of before.
It was something we hadn't heard of, but they
Surf
came up a
Air.
couple of days
There
in a
you
row.
go. See, David's taking notes, man. David is taking notes. So Surf Air, that's the company. I don't know the ticker, but yeah, that's the one. Good stuff, man. David's paying attention here. All right, let's take a look. What else is next? UPXI, another one.
SRFM. Oh yeah.
SRFM. Yeah. They got a cool website. So here's was the reaction off that Palantir deal thing. So you can see that there again, just back down now, no volume. So they got two spikes on here. I don't think it was announced this early. I think these are the people that did the insider trading, right? There you go, insider traders right there. And then this is when the news I think broke out. We saw this, right? So, and I mean, I'm only kidding about that. Who knows? But very interesting that that this pop happens well before that announcement. All right. let's see what else. Let's take a look at BMNR. So BMNR. And we've seen this ticker plenty of times. It's the one that you know very well from dropping 50 bucks in one day. And since then, look at this daily, how interesting it is. Gaps up, sell off, gap up, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off. So it just loves to sell off. Today's gapping up. What do we expect, Peter? Sell off? Should we short this today and not just think too much this morning? I mean, what's stopping us from letting this thing do its thing and just short the
No,
house on this
look,
thing?
I am not going to preempt. I'm going to let the price action tell me. I'm not falling for that again. We already learned our lesson, Carlos, and we shouldn't. Anyways, look, I don't know. The volume has remained fairly high, which is good for this one. There's really not any news. This Bitmine is continuing with their treasury strategy for Ethereum. But as you can see, the trading range has diminished significantly. Now, that being said, it's still getting multi-dollar moves. I mean, if I look at it yesterday, in sort of these jumpy segments, it would move a couple of dollars and then go really flat and then jump at a couple of dollars. Or when I say jump, maybe I should say fall, because it did sort of end the day lower than it had started. I don't know. I didn't really watch it during the day. I'm just looking at it now. It doesn't look like an easy stock to trade because you'd have to like take a position, sit for a long time, and then hope it moves, or you get lucky and you take a position right before it moves. But if it does decide to go against you, you could get hurt just as easily as you get benefit. So far doesn't meet anyways my risk parameters.
Yeah, same here, guys. Be careful on this one. So I'll leave this one alone as well. So far, a couple of lower flow stocks are on the list this morning. We'll continue down on here, and the next one is going to be UPXI, is another one that's a little bit low flow, sitting around 29.9. Let's see if it looks any good today. But we've seen this one plenty of times on the list. It's constantly here. Today again, up 10%, 1.5 million shares traded. And I never really watched this seriously for taking a trade, Peter, and I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that today either.
No, I haven't even really spent any time looking at it. I mean, they announced yesterday another $150 million private placement. So it's sort of like a secondary, but it wasn't publicly available as a secondary offering. They just said that they got an infusion of cash at a good price for the people they got it, $4.25. In any event, I don't like it.
Yeah, definitely don't like it either. So we'll move on to the next one. Galaxy, GLXY, should be Galaxy the way that's yeah. There you go, Galaxy. We are up 8.6, 768,000 shares traded. Not a low flow, sitting at 124 million shares flow, so pretty nice there this morning. The last couple of days, you've seen some good action on it, slightly increase in volume from what they normally do. Intraday doesn't look great. I'm looking at even yesterday, even with the move up, you could tell this is not an easy ticker to intraday trade, right? So, because even with the bigger extra volume there, it's still 10 million for the entire day. So if you trade a stock that trades only 10 million for the whole day, you can see how brutal it is to read the price action. The level 2 is not really in your favor. I mean, there's just not a whole lot that you can pick off with some indicators. Like a lot of the indicators I have require volume, and this is not going to help me here. Peter, I don't think it's going to help you either. What's your thoughts on this?
We have not seen this on the list. This is a new one for me. Although the story is familiar. They jumped based on their investment in Bitcoin. I feel tired saying these things, but in this case, uh, they've actually invested through something called Function, formerly called Ignition, which is, and then Function operates through FBTC, a fully reserved Bitcoin asset. I love some of the terminology here. Like, anyways, let me read you some stuff just for fun. FBTC, a fully reserved Bitcoin asset, is transforming Bitcoin from a passive store of value into a productive, composable financial asset that can flow seamlessly across decentralized and traditional markets. Okay? Still don't know what it does. I love the statement from the CEO that says, I believe function represents the next evolution in Bitcoin's journey towards becoming a productive financial asset. We're excited to contribute, blah, 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 blah. But what's it, so that would imply it's not currently a productive financial asset, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
there you go. That's there's my cynical take on it, but that's what they said.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's always interesting. Let's take a look at the next one here, BTCS, right? So BTCS. We've seen this plenty of time on our list, friends. It keeps popping up here today. It's moving higher though. If you look at the daily, it has been pushing higher here from its initial pop with some volume. Again, just not a great daily, but it's somehow managing a way to go higher and higher. Out 8.2 this morning, 1.8 million shares traded. Again, another one that just intraday is just brutal. Although you see this daily moving higher here, you look at the intraday action like you have here, and I just don't know how you trade this. Like, there's not a strategy for me in this messy thing. So, Peter, again on our list, again gapping up today. It's got some volume, 1.8 million.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
No. No, neither do I. These things haven't proven to me that they can give me good sort of results with a risk profile that I can manage. I mean, just look at that trading yesterday. You can see it was pretty
Yep.
wild at the open, and then the moves are just choppy, right? Without sort of any sense of, I don't know, sort of direction that I rely upon. When I look at that compared to sort of what I was trading yesterday, well, the only thing I traded yesterday was Nvidia, but it just Nvidia just had a very sort of much more stable profile, right? That you can trade. So,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
opinion,
Yeah, agreed. No, I had Nvidia as well, and yeah, traded very well. All right, friends, let's take a look here. What else we have? So, going back to nothing yet on my list, by the way, guys. Nothing yet on my primary or secondary list. We've gone through a couple of these. Again, they just don't look great. I'm not excited for those up there. APLD, let's take a look at what this looks like, APLD, and then maybe we'll hop around a little bit. I want to look at BABA, at JD, and then I want to look at some earnings as well. And I see, oh, here comes the coins. Look at the coins coming in now. There it is, coin, hood. There's the coins. So coins making their way up the ladder here. We'll dive into all this stuff there in a second. But APLD, this morning we are up 6.4, 1.6 million shares traded, and yeah, that's I don't know, Peter. I always look at this stock, Applied Digital, and I don't see me trading it. I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
yeah. There's a whole bunch in this bucket that are starting to get a little more regular presence. APLD is on the periphery of that, but there's CoreWeave, there's CrowdStrike. There's a bunch of these that we seem to talk about regularly that still aren't quite there, but are close. Like you said, as an intraday trader, or sorry, as a day trader, I should say, trading within a single day, I still need to go to where I get big volume and just sort of reliable, predictable moves, in my opinion.
Yep.
But different strategies can work great on these different stocks. We were sort of talking with some of our members yesterday, and they've got some great trades because they've got a strategy that works. So I know some people are saying, oh, I love this stock, or this one works really well for me, and others have that exact same stock on our never trade list. So it all depends on what works for you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take a look at JD and Baba. See what's going on there. So they're both making our list today. In the last couple of days, they've been Look at JD, that is nice. Up 4%, 1 million shares traded. Also had a good day yesterday. Looks like I don't remember keeping it on the list, but let's take a look on how it traded yesterday. If we look at yesterday's intraday, seems to have had a pretty nice move here. Again, not a big number. We're so used to seeing something like this turn out to be like $5 when you're trading Tesla, Nvidia, or something else. But for a $32 stock, right, this is not bad. And I also see Baba on the list. Baba also had a nice day yesterday, and today they're also gapping up 3.6 with some good volume as well, 1.7 million. So Maybe coming back alive here. They have not been, because if you look at their daily, especially Baba, which is my favorite Chinese ticker, look how small these days have been, right? Peter talked about this last time, yesterday, the day before, on, yes, we're moving on the daily, but intraday, you're not getting anything intraday. Everything is happening after hours or before in the pre-market, right? So you're not getting a part of that action, unfortunately. But the last three trading days seems like that's kind of changing a little bit. You got big, wider candles here, which can lead to good intraday trading. And man, when Baba trades well, I have fun. Baba is one of my favorite stocks to trade. So hopefully they're gonna go get back into the horse here, Peter. What's your thoughts?
Maybe there was some positive or at least encouraging economic data released out of China that suggested everybody's a little worried about contraction in the Chinese marketplace, especially with the trade war or the tariff war that was initiated by President Trump. But it seems like the Chinese economy is maybe doing a little bit better than previously feared. And as such, we're seeing a couple of these Chinese assets, JD, Baba, Baidu, Billy. These are the types of ones that I watch that are all sort of green this morning. A little bit of positivity coming into them and a little bit of gains. So I don't know how much that's going to continue. Like Carlos, I used to watch these much more actively. We haven't been as much fun recently, but JD, like you said, does look good this morning. I sort of,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, does look really good today. I do like both of them. I'm gonna add them to the list. All right, first one's on the list today, JD and Baba. I'm not gonna add both into the primary. I'm gonna put JD on the second, JD on the secondary, excuse me, and I'm gonna put Baba on the primary list. And again, we can go back and forth on those, but those are looking pretty good today. They're giving us previous trading vibes when they were trading very well. So let's see what happens. Let's bring up our list here at the bottom. There's the banner. Here you go. So Baba and JD on there this morning. All right, Peter, let's hop around. I know we have the coins at the bottom here. What do you like this morning? Anything as far as earnings? What do you want to go over today on the gap up list?
Yeah, a few earnings. Let's talk about those because there's not a lot of tradable tickers, I don't think, but a couple things you should know about. I'll go from least to perhaps most interesting. Start with AXP, American Express. They're sort of the first of the credit companies to report. They had a good quarter, not a surprise. Like the banks, American Express typically beats their numbers. They didn't raise their guidance, but they confirmed their guidance. And they said consumer spending has remained quite stable despite the market uncertainty. And as such, they feel confident they can hold their guidance. So that's AXP for anybody that's interested. 3M products, MMM. They also beat their numbers, top and bottom line, had a good quarter. They raised their full year outlook. So, and said that they've seen continued strength in the demand for their products. So, 3M is relatively bullish, and you can see their stock price has been doing pretty well. And again, not a great trader. If you look at the average trading volume on 3M, it's only about 3 million shares, which makes it a little more challenging to trade. Um, Charles Schwab, perhaps the last of the large financial institutions, reported this morning. SCHW is their ticker, and they beat their numbers. Interestingly, I thought this was interesting. They actually said they've seen a benefit from the tariffs because the uncertainty on tariffs have meant that there's been a drastic increase in portfolio turnover and transactions. So it looks like a lot of people scrambled to sort of modify their personal portfolios, and they've benefited from a lot more trading fees than they had otherwise expected. So if you're a Charles Schwab customer, I guess a lot of people said, oh, we maybe should change our investment focus. And that makes the money, I guess, every time you switch things up. So remember that, by the way, when you're managing your retirement funds, they make money every time they convince you to buy or sell something. So, but anyways, so the good quarter for Charles Schwab, and one of the few companies that says they've actually benefited from tariffs, or at least that I've heard them say that. The last earnings is it on the gap down? It's not on the gap down, so I'll mention it right now. It's sort of the big one that we were watching last night, and that's Netflix. And I don't know, Carlos, why it's not. Is it on your gappers list? It's not on mine,
It is
but
not.
I don't
Let's
know
look
why.
at.
It's
Hmm.
uh, may, no,
Huh?
I don't. Like, everything should be in range for it. It's down 2.6%. It has over 200,000 shares, although just over 200,000. Unless it's topped out over a price limit or something we have, I'm not sure. Anyways, whatever. But Netflix had earnings. Look, almost every company that's reported has beat their numbers. Netflix is no exception. Sort of a little bit of a surprise, result. But they delivered more revenue at 11.08 billion versus the 11.06 billion that analysts had predicted. It's higher than last year. They delivered more earnings than expected, over 45 billion. It's amazing, eh? Oh, by the way, 45 billion is their target, by the way, for full year 2025. No, sorry, that's their revenue. Earnings were, yeah, that would be amazing if they made 45 billion off of
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
Anyways, sorry.
It's still a big number. Yeah.
Net income of 3.13 billion off of the 11 billion. So yeah, very healthy
Wow.
margins going on there at Netflix. Anyways, they reported that they have solid member numbers, but if you remember a couple of quarters ago, they sort of pulled back on all of the data they were providing, so they don't provide as much detail about their subscribers and sort of how that works. They're just providing more traditional, I would say, economic data every quarter. And they actually increased their guidance. So it all looks good on the surface. Everything looks pretty good for Netflix. Really, what the price seems to be reacting to is the fact that Netflix still has some very aggressive growth plans that they've said that they were going to achieve. And again, while they've increased their guidance for the year, there's still skepticism as to whether they're actually going to be able to hit it, and a feeling that maybe their stock price has actually outpaced their ability to deliver on that big growth. So, we were looking at this just yesterday, Carlos, of course, going into earnings. And it's one of those, interesting when you look at, like, it's got huge brand recognition globally, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think it's one of the biggest companies on the planet, maybe, but it's not really by size. It's only it's only $500 billion. It's a 500 and something, let's call it a $550 billion company, which is a good size, but it's not even in like the 1 trillion club. I guess
Yeah.
if I had to guess without knowing the numbers, I would have assumed that Netflix was somewhere in the 1 trillion club, right? That it was playing alongside maybe a Meta at least, or something, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. 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 It's interesting, man. Big company. Yeah.
It's
I'm trying to look at the number, but I can't. Nobody cares about like anything above 50. So I'm trying to see where they fall. Like if they were to be somewhere here, I can't find it. I can't go. Can't
yeah.
find it. So all right.
Netflix
Anything
is
else?
not a
Yeah.
great. It's hard to trade because it's such high price, right? We're at $1,300.
Yeah.
Remember when Tesla was this high? I mean, it still got trading volume, but it was harder to trade than
It
when
was
it's
much
at two
harder.
hundred
Yeah.
dollars.
You know which stock actually became there's been a couple of these that were what we call the home mortgages or rents type tickers, right? Amazon. Remember Amazon was what was it, like was
Yep.
it 3,000, 2,000 something? It was on the
Oh yeah, it was
2000
like
high
three
2000s.
grand at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, very difficult to trade, and again, no volume. The minute they did the split, they completely changed. Man, they're very tradable, and the volume is just there. But there's some companies that have done that split that the trading has not changed. It's still bad. Like there's a few that are just has not been great. So Amazon's
Chipotle.
been one that really changed. Chipotle was one that did it. It's been horrible. We never trade Chipotle.
Yeah. I was hoping
Never.
Chipotle would become great once it split.
64.
And
I got the wrong ticker. Yeah, I would say
CMT.
64 cents.
CMT.
Okay. I mean, avocados from Mexico are not that expensive. Like, come on now. Let's relax here. CMG. Here we go. Yeah, it split here from like 1,000 something too, right? And it
Yeah.
had or 800, I don't remember, but it doesn't trade well at all. So, all right. Anything else, Peter?
No, those are the ones I wanted to highlight for today.
All right, awesome. All right, friends, let's take a look at our gap down list. Again, you can always check this out at tradingterminal.com. You can get the gap down list and a bunch of other tools. And again, I'm looking forward to what this thing is going to look like in the next couple of months. DP, wrong ticker, DPRO. So next one on here, we are down 27%. Just happened too, about 15-ish minutes ago. Down 27%, 1.6 million shares traded. Dragonfly? Not dragon. What is this?
Did somebody have a spelling error? What's going on?
Did ChatGPT create this company? Forgot the O there. What's going on here, Peter? What's the latest and greatest?
Secondary offering. Looks like they're issuing another. We'll call it 4.6 million, roughly 4.6 million shares at a price of $5.35. So here you go. Price has moved down to match that.
Yeah, low flow too as well, man. This thing is dropping faster than this person's net worth is going to drop right here. This guy here,
my
Peter.
Wife was showing me.
Oh my!
Like what a
goodness!
What a moron. Anyways,
this guy.
Did you see his? Did you see his release? He issued a.
He released something already. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he did issue a statement and said he's embarrassed and ashamed and he shouldn't have done it.
No,
he's going to take time to evaluate, but. He more or less said, Coldplay, you should be ashamed of yourself of invading people's privacy like that, and you should think about what you've done.
I was thinking about that.
I'm thinking, you're in a public space. You have zero expectation of privacy if you're at a concert. Everybody knows they film at the concert and show the crowd. Like, you're a moron. Anyway.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. If you're sitting in the VIP area and you got the tinted glass, okay, do your thing. But you're out in the open, I don't know. And her friend, you saw the friend next to her. She's all red. Yeah, she's in it.
Oh, yeah.
She's in it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If ever, that is the definite busted. Like just.
This is
busted.
Just wow. And. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this stock is dropping faster than that guy's net worth after his wife and 2 kids take everything, which they should. It should take every single penny he got. What a moron. All right, let's take a look here. SRPT is next on the list. SRPT. Let's see what we got on SRPT. Here we go. SRPT down 25%, 6.2 million shares traded. We saw this yesterday gapping up. Yeah, I'm not confused. Okay, yeah, I saw it gapping up yesterday. Now we're all the way down here, losing everything we gained yesterday. And again, this is just not a good trading stock, Peter. Let's look at yesterday's actually. I'll show you. Let's see how it did yesterday. Yes, it doesn't look great, man. Yeah.
See, the here's the risk of trading biotechs. And remember that they announced that they were restructuring and it moved up because they were cutting a bunch of staff. They're cutting a third of their workforce. They're restructuring, and the market saw that as a good thing. Unfortunately, then this morning they had to announce that there was a third death in the their key clinical trial for their Elevidys drug that treats muscular dystrophy. So, again, no definitive proof that it's related to the drug, but it's a member of the trial that had an unexpected death, a third one. And that's why reasonably, I suppose, that's what happens, right? You have deaths on your drug trial, your stock is going to get schmucked.
Yeah. And you know what, Peter? Just going back to the comments in the YouTube chat are hilarious. There's someone getting fired. We're talking about this Andy Byron situation. If he would have just kissed her, this probably would have went away. You know
Maybe.
That. If he would have kissed her, I guarantee you, there was nobody in there that knew who this guy was. No
Right.
clue whatsoever. But when you do something like that, your reaction, that's going to go viral. Even if you're not a famous person, then comes to find out you are a famous person and a giant CEO, yeah, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I've
Like
seen videos like this of people that nobody knows, like John Doe's, and they're funny because one guy has the big one in the soccer game, the guy has the arm over her, and the minute the thing comes on, he takes it off and it looks this way.
Yeah.
We have no idea who this guy is, but that's funny. If it was just kissed her, this would have went away.
Hindsight is 2020 on these things, but you're right. Like even in that pose, if he had sort of leaned forward and then sort of laughed at her and then sort of casually let go, it would have probably been nothing, right? You could have been, well, I hugged her as a joke. It was just a thing, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're right. That immediate reaction, I mean, it
yeah,
just says so much, doesn't it? Like, first off, you're doing wrong, buddy. Like when
yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
let's
that
not. Yeah,
reaction, right? There's no
yeah,
saying it was a mistake. I didn't mean to. You knew you were wrong,
yeah, yeah.
and
Um,
all this expression of guilt and sorrow and thing. You were
no, you sorry
only
you got caught.
yeah, exactly. You were only sorry once you got caught, and
Right.
that's the reality
Yeah.
of these situations.
Um,
Don't don't
Comment in chat says he is a CEO, so many will recognize him. No, you'd be surprised, man. There's so many. Unless you're a CEO of like Meta, Microsoft, J.P. Morgan, there's CEOs
So,
walking around all over the place that you will never
my
notice. You know,
my
and
my
billionaires.
wife My
Yeah.
wife was saying she was reading comments on it. She said her favorite comment was the person said, he should maybe call Shaggy for advice. So,
You called me on the jumbotron. It wasn't me.
wasn't me.
Yes, sir. You know what he should do?
They
They
caught me
both
at
got.
the concert. Wasn't me.
They both should go. They definitely both should go to HR and handle this. Oh, wait a minute. She is HR, so you can't even go there. Oh,
Yeah.
how fun! How fun! Beautiful thing, man. All right, let's go, let's keep going with our list here, friends. What else is next? BKSY. Can you tell us Friday? BKSY. Let's see what's happening here. Another stock that's dropping big here. 20% down. 905,000 shares traded. Yeah, so big drop for them. I never heard of this Black Sky Technology. So cool name. I don't know if it's a cool situation for them today, Peter. What's your thoughts?
Black Sky. Secondary offering. $160 million of convertible notes issued at I don't know. Where's the stock price? Probably $22.50. I don't actually see the price here. Oh, actually no. They've got oh no, it's a little bit of a complicated model. So anyways, they're issuing $160 million worth of secondary notes. So yeah, not interesting.
Yeah, not interesting at all. All right, let's see. Two more here. Two of your favorite tickers, Peter. Joby and Archer Aviation. Down today about 4% and
Actually,
the other one 2%.
yeah, and actually, you're right. I didn't really think about it, Kevin, but Black Sky Technology, that is a little bit of an ominous name. Doesn't feel like you're looking towards a bright and open future. Um,
Yeah,
anyways,
more like Terminator feel. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah, like most post-apocalyptic robot takeover movies, they do tend to black out the sun. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Uh,
all right.
Trade Canada in our YouTube chat. By the way, over on YouTube, guys, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. If not for the charts for our entertainment you're getting, you're hopefully making you laugh on this Friday. So hit that thumbs up. Trade Canada is asking, does BBT have an HR? Of course we do. We have an HR. That's why. And his name is Peter. This is why I never get in
Yeah,
trouble when I do all the kind
yeah,
of stuff that I do. It's just we're good. All right,
yeah.
Peter, take us through your two favorite tickers, Joby and what's the other one?
Archer.
Archer, yes.
I mean, there's no real news. Yesterday was the news about Joby increasing their production capacity or almost doubling it in their plant to expand their production. I think this feels like maybe just a sort of a second day type play. They both seem to be, after the excitement of yesterday, they're just taking a little bit of a breather. I mean, Joby, in fact, has been, going all month here, so it deserves a little break. It needs to pull back at some point. So I take if you want to trade them, go for it. I don't know. Archer actually looked decent yesterday. I didn't watch it. I wonder what the spread was on it while it was trading.
Yeah.
They both look sort of decent.
Yeah, Joby actually put in a good day. Was it yesterday or the
Yeah,
day before?
maybe
It
it's
was the day
time.
before,
Maybe
yeah.
it's time. People are joking about me. Eventually, I'm going to be trading Joby. Maybe now's the time. I'm going to put it on
Mm,
my list just so I can keep an eye on it.
yeah.
Why not?
I think if you look at his dailies, yeah, it's definitely time, man. I'll add it on my list as well. Let's see what happens. And again, not just because of the daily, because a lot of stuff could have a great daily. If you look at the intraday action, it was actually pretty good. It's not bad. So let's see what it does here. I'll add it to my. I don't think it still falls on the primary list. I think still secondary, but it's on here. It's on here. Went from being making fun of to on the list. So congrats, Joby. First time on the secondary list here. All right, let's Peter, that's it for the gap down that I have here. What do you like this morning that might not be on here, or any earnings that are not doing so hot today?
Well, I mean, I could mention my buddy AMD. It's gapping down this morning. Yeah, wasn't a good trader yesterday. I was keeping an eye on it, but it didn't do much. Nvidia ended up being my friend. I traded Nvidia at the open, and I traded it into the close. I only had two trades yesterday, but I was here all day. Despite, it's funny because Carlos yesterday, well, when Andrew joined us on YouTube, he was saying how, don't trade all day. That's crazy. It can't be very rewarding. He and Brian were like, don't do that. That's not, who wants to do that? And here I am trading all day every day. And I'm like, oh, that's what I do. It's, so,
Yeah,
to each
yeah,
their own. But I had a great trade. I had a trade that lasted all afternoon. I took a Netflix short from the high of day, and worked great for me. So,
yeah.
so there.
See, but I could see you trading a little bit different, Peter. I
I
think
do.
there's a difference between trading all day. I gotta get green,
Right.
opposed to like you're sitting there, you're going to get your lunch, you go check on your Porsche. How's your Porsche, by the way? Is it back?
No.
What,
No.
what are
In
we
fact,
doing
I
here?
didn't hear back from them. I asked them about the status of my parts. They never answered me. So,
Yeah, okay.
anyway,
Not cool, man.
they're holding it
Services.
ransom. Holding my
They
damn
really
car
are.
ransom.
Yeah. So yeah, so you're watching the market, but you're not actively like trying to get green or over trading. So I see a very different type of trader, and I think Andrew's referring more to those people that are just hustling every single minute to try to get a trade, try to get a strategy. That's not healthy. That's definitely not healthy, and I've done that before, and it's not healthy at all. All right, let's Peter. Anything else before we go to our members here?
I mean, from a gap down perspective, most stuff is gapping up today, so I guess that's good for a Friday. But I think that it does feel slow. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because we've had a
Yep.
lot of technical problems going on here today. It's just one of those days where I'm going to take things cautiously as I usually do. But also, an anniversary day. I'm a little distracted. We're hosting an event tonight. Whenever you sort of got other things going on, your mind's not fully
Not
on
fully.
the
Yeah.
trading.
Yep.
So,
A
you
hundred
got to be a
percent.
little more careful.
Yep, 100%. All right, let's take a look at what you guys like this morning. And Ben is saying they sold your Porsche. I don't think they sold his Porsche. I think what they did
No, I
was
hope
they,
not.
they they probably fixed it and they're test driving it in the
Right.
track for the next couple of days.
Look, I put it on a flatbed and shipped it. I haven't seen it since, so I only have their word that they actually ever received it. I mean, hell, it could
Yeah.
be in parts in Sri Lanka for now, for all I know. I really
Somewhere in
don't know.
Guatemala. Oh, man.
I
All
mean,
right, good. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's take a look. I saw Coin. Yes, Coin's been on fire, continues to be on fire, up 2.2. Trading, intraday trading, you had a couple of good pops yesterday. I have not been watching it closely. Today, I don't have a whole lot on the list, so I am going to add Coin. And Hood is another one that's also been just on fire, friends. So if you look at Hood here, it's another one that's been trading very well. Again, just look at it now. Look at it now. Look at it. 3.7, 1.5 million shares traded. Actually, Hood looks better than Coin. Today's a coin type day, guys. Let's do our BBT coin here. All right, coin type day. So I'm going to put Hood on the list there as well. I think that looks very, very good. Let's talk about NVIDIA, always on deck. And again, NVIDIA has been treating us very well this week. Twice we had some good green trades on it. And not just green, because being green is easy. Getting the continuation, that's the hard thing, right? We have not been getting the continuation on a lot of the trades in the last 2-3 weeks. But NVIDIA has delivered two great continuations here So that has been nice. Peter, what did you find? You find your Porsche?
I just remembered something I should mention. A member in the room mentioned it. Remember yesterday I mentioned this IPO Lawyer or LAWR? It's like robot consulting. They're an
Yeah.
HR consulting firm that has like their whatever robot consulting. Interesting name. IPO'd yesterday. Didn't trade well yesterday, but it's got 16 million shares pre-market, and it wouldn't hit our list because it's under $5, or it opened under $5, and it looks interesting actually. I don't know if this volume is going to continue, but it's hard to borrow, so you can only trade it long at this point. It did, I said, only IPO yesterday, but it's more interesting than a lot of other IPOs. So if you like the early offerings, this might be for you.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so let's see here. What else, friends? What else you guys like this morning? AMPX. AMPX. We'll do one more, and then we have to run to announcements, and then we'll get to our levels and live trading. Brian and Andrew trading live here at the members chat. AMPX, no man, I don't like this. This is not typically something I watch. I don't like the pre-market action either. That might change. It is a nicey stock, so after the market open, you might get more volume. Not by much though. I see the last couple of days they've been just crushing the daily. So it depends on your style of trading. For me, I'm gonna be looking for some explosiveness at the open. I don't know if this is going to provide that. And you can see that here. It's just the volume is so light, right? This is a 5-minute candle. So again, this candles looks great, but as far as explosiveness, I just don't see that happening. So depends on your trading style. If your strategy can support this, definitely watch it. It has been incredible on the daily, really has. And today I'm looking to go higher, so for the most part, so keep an eye on it. Depends on your strategy. All right, let's stop here, friends. Let's get to our website, bearwithtraders.com, and if you click over on webinars, you can always see what's happening for the next 2 weeks, and Peter will take you through what's happening on this beautiful Friday. Oh, Peter is not around. Peter, this is not the Jumbotron on the Coldplay Stadium. You don't have to hide. We're good. But Peter's gone. All right, so I'll tell you what's happening here. It is Friday, so we have Peak Capital Bootcamp Prep Meeting. Friends, this is, we're ending our Boot Capital now, Bootcamp 15. The next one's starting up shortly. Get over to peakcapitaltraining.com. You can see all the details there. But what we like to do is we like to prepare people, right? So we want you to start the bootcamp, up and running, ready to go with everything set up, your platform, understanding your hotkeys, getting all the basic stuff out of the way. So if you do sign up early before the start date, you get to access this pre-meetings that happen every Friday, right? So once you hit the bootcamp, you are up and running and ready to go. Peter's busy. Yeah, Peter's looking for Neon Lisa to find his Porsche. He's got a set of skills he's going to implement on some people and some mechanics. If you want to join us, we do have a great intro membership package. We'll put the link over in chat over on YouTube. It is $19, guys, less than 2 pairs of Starbucks coffee. And at this point, even Dunkin' Donuts. I got Dunkin' Donuts today. I'm like, why is this cup 5 something? It's Dunkin' Donuts. I don't understand. Again, it's not about the money. It's about the value. I don't think this is worth that. But it is what it is. So $19 gets you in for an entire week. There's the link over on YouTube. Join us, friends. You get access to the onboarding class that I do every Monday night. So next Monday, you can come join me. We'll have a great time there. And we'll love to have you there. And if you look at the other memberships you want to join, you can. We got a bunch of these here, depending on what your experience level and also your budget as well. So we'll love to have you guys there. All right, with that, friends, let's get over to some levels. Peter has gone bye-bye for now. There he is, Peter.
So
good to see you.
Somebody was trying all my phones, so I thought it was like something desperately urgent, and it was not. So my apologies.
Okay, no worries. All right, friends.
You get a call, and you're like, it looked like a spam call, and I'm like, it must be a spam call. And then the other phone rings, and you're like, wait a second. Somebody's trying to track me down. And I didn't answer, and then they tried again, and I'm like, all right, I better do something about this.
Something serious, yeah. Or somebody better be. They interrupt the pre-market show.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not.
All right, but glad everything is good. All right, friends, let's get to some levels here. So we went through your memberships there, and also the what's scheduled for today. And we'd love to have you for the onboarding class on Monday. let's look at our watch list. So not much on here. Actually, yeah, not much. Four tickers: Baba, Coin, Hood, and Nvidia. And I'll probably add Tesla as well. And we'll see what our moderators are watching. We'll get some ideas from them also. So starting off with Baba here, let's take a look at the daily. Looks good. Pre-market looks very good. The last couple of days we've been actually trading a little bit better. I haven't watched it closely, but today we will. 121.99 is your high of your pre-market. Your low is sitting down at 117. It's right where the previous day closes, so we're not going to worry about it too much. That's kind of covering it here. High from yesterday is good there. We're going to go to the left, and we're going to look at right over here, 119.53 towards the bottom. Again, plenty of stuff, so you don't need to add anything, but this 119.53 looks good. If you draw a line right on there, you can see that's in a good space. Let's take a look over at 124.95. Looks good also. And then you have another level over at 126. Again, these are big moves if Baba can do it. But we are up 3.5 with 3.1 million shares traded. So if anything, today's the day. Let's see if today Baba can give us some good trading here. Here's Coin. Coin this morning continues. It is all-time high. Are we all-time high now? I believe we should be. Forget. This is the one with the weird IPO date. Where they're up at 4 something, right? But 52-week high, right? This is a really good push for them over since April, as we've been mentioning. So if we go to the daily here, you got all your levels are basically done for you. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are set. You don't need to add anything else to make it more complicated than what it needs to be. 422.30, 422.42 is the high of the pre-market. And then you also have 417 on the penny towards the bottom is your low of your day. So there it is for Coin. I'm going to be watching this one today. I think this one could be good alongside Hood, who's also, again, just all these coin transacting company are just crushing it, man. Policies going in their favor, more people investing into Bitcoin, not people, actual companies throwing millions at Bitcoin, stuff like that. This is great. 109.48 is the high of the pre-market. The low on this one is going to be sitting at 106.79. Once you mark those two, you are set to go. And I believe this is also all-time highs for Hood, right? I don't think they have a crazy IPO date. Nope, they did, but we're well past that as well. So looking good on Hood. Last but not least is going to be our good buddy NVIDIA. So if we look at, not NVIDIA, NVIDIA. So if you look at NVIDIA, sitting still just right there below all-time highs. So levels are set for you with the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, previous day close. So easy peasy here, guys. 173.99 towards the top, and then 173.45 towards the bottom. That's all you need to mark down here, and you're set to go on NVIDIA. Peter, what is our team watching today as Andrew and Brian get ready to trade live this morning?
All right. Yes, our team is getting ready with their lists as they prepare for this last trading day of the week. And Jared's actually in first and early with his list. Going to be looking at Netflix and QS. I haven't looked at QS in quite a while, but there it is on his list. He's going to watch Baba and CRCL as well. He's also added Coin on the list for his own reasons. Eamon's going to be watching OKLO and CRCL for potential longs. Mike has got NVIDIA, Google, and AMD on his list. Lenny, he's got Google, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, CVX, and Netflix on his list. Gary is going to be focusing on Coin. He's got a specific plan. You can see that if you're a member. It's listed in the alert section. Brian, who'll be trading live with our members, will be looking at AMD, NVIDIA, Hood, Baba, and of course the market indices. I've got one IPO to let you know about if and when it opens, and I'm going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, AMD, Netflix, and then maybe JD and Joby. Phil is going to be watching NVIDIA, Apple, AMD, and Netflix, and Andrew, he's not really excited about anything, but he's going to watch some usual suspects in NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, PLTR, and Netflix. Last but not least, Brendan's in with his list with Baba, NVIDIA, AMD, Tesla, and SRPT, he says, for a little bit of fun. So let's hope everybody has a little bit of fun today, whatever you choose to watch. And yeah, let's trade smart on this Friday. Carlos, why do we want to do that?
Oh, yes, we do. On Friday, friends, you are going into the weekend. You want to make sure that when you start your weekend, you're not worried about making, bad decisions today, because that's going to haunt you all weekend. You can't come back tomorrow and make it up. So, be disciplined today, go into the weekend knowing that you traded very well and that you follow your rules. Me and Peter are going to make sure we do that 100% today and, start off our weekend right. So very, very important. Friends.
Yeah, start my weekend off right. So yeah, there's only so Carlos, since you were joking about it, there's only one person I need to hug today, and that's my wife, whether it's on camera or off. as it is our 33rd wedding anniversary.
Oh, wait a minute. When you say you have an anniversary party and that you're planning, I didn't know it was yours. I thought it was somebody else's. I'm sure many people in the chat, the way you announced it, it didn't sound like it was yours, man. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you did a poor job of announcing that, Peter. Now we got you, man. We got you now. Happy anniversary, friends. Let's give Peter and his wife, which by the way, his wife is amazing. His wife is. Let me get you here.
See,
let me get you.
Will the camera focus on this properly?
Oh yeah, I'll get it big in a second. Hold on, let me get you here. Look at that.
There you go. 33 years ago today.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Beautiful. There you
go.
Yeah, man. Happy anniversary, brother. So happy for you guys. I met your wife a couple of times, and she is awesome. But yeah, man. A happy anniversary. All right, excellent, friends. Live trading. I'm glad you cleared that up because I would thought it was somebody else you were planning it for. I didn't think it was yours. So I'm glad you mentioned it again. Yeah. And the chat's giving you a happy anniversary. And friends, give a thumbs up for Peter's happy anniversary, right? Let's do that.
That's right.
If you don't, they're gonna have a couple of years of bad luck. I'm lying, but just trying to guilt you into hitting the thumbs up button. All right. If they get divorced next year, it's on you, YouTube.
Oh man.
No, I'm kidding. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. All right. Once Andrew and Brian hop on, we will let you guys go and chat, and we will see you guys.
Everybody's commenting on the hair. Yes, I did have hair.
It
happens.
Yeah.
Right. Look.
Yeah. It does happen.
I mean, look, there was hair going on there. We back at that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's a full
I gotta get
set.
it in front of the.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. I can't get it too close, or it won't show up well.
Yeah, it'll glare. Yeah.
And a whole head of hair. Anyways.
There we go. All right, friends. All right, there I see Brian hopping on, and we will get ready. Oh man, you definitely got to trade well today, Pete. You want to be very disciplined. Pressure's on, baby. You got this.
I know.
You don't want to trade bad on your anniversary.
No.
That's definitely not the way you want to start things. Oh, there we go. Andrew, thank you for the $5 bomb. All right, so Andrew, $5 donation. So guys, we want to start these donations. We're actually going to be donating whatever you donate, we're going to donate to a charity. So we got to pick the one for this month. Let's start it now. We don't got to do a whole big announcement. Let's start it now. So we'll take Andrew's $5 who donated to a charity of the month. We'll pick one by this weekend. Something general, national that we can all take advantage of. So we'll definitely do that. And 100% is going to go there. It's not like I need a cut or Peter needs a cut. Peter already gets paid for the thumbs up. So everything will go to the charity 100%. So we'll make sure to do that. All right, excellent. Andrew's just trying different emojis, I guess. He's trying this one. Andrew's having a good time. Love it. So wait a minute. So donations don't get you to the top of the list? I thought they did.
They used to, or they did.
They used to. Well, I guess not.
Have they changed that now?
That makes sense.
Maybe they have. Look at that.
Let me see. If I what's the difference between buying a super chat? A minute and a half to the market open. What if I do this? What does this do? Right? Happy anniversary, Peter. That's what we'll do.
Thanks. What's happening here? Uh-oh.
All right.
My headphones won't connect. Wow. My PC's problems.
Yeah, your PC. Did you restarted it yesterday or you just did a regular? What did you do yesterday?
No, I restarted it this morning.
Okay.
And what is happening?
There you go. Happy anniversary, Peter. Very nice. Oh, see that? So I guess it depends how you do it. If you do XP points, if you buy a super chat, it puts me on top of the list. So I'm on top now. Oh, there we go. 325 XP points.
Oh, thanks, Carlos.
So then which way did Andrew do it? How did he did show support for BBT. Oh, so there's two different ways to do it. There's a super sticker and a super chat. Okay, we're learning how to use
Carlos,
it.
we only got 30 seconds to the open here.
Let's do it.
Whatever you're watching, let's get focused.
Yes,
Good luck.
yes. Good luck, friends. 20 seconds. Nvidia. I thought the market was already open. Nvidia looks like it's open. Nvidia's. I was already like, okay, market's open. I'm gonna wait 3 minutes. But what's going on with Nvidia? Anything else doing this too? Tesla also very active. Things seem to be. If somebody has the wrong clock.
Here's the bell.
There's the actual bell.
Now
Ding,
we're
ding,
open.
ding, ding, ding. Right now we're open, friends. Nvidia. Again, weird. Couple of minutes before the open. Same with Tesla. PLTR. Wow.
We did get some. We did get some
Big
spikes on
drop.
a little bit of everything. Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia all had these similar spikes. So
Let me bring you in, Peter. I got distracted here with the super chat. Let me bring you in. There we go.
here
Got
I am.
Peter in. And
Yeah, what happened to your watch list? Oh, there it is. It's back.
yeah, it's back. Yeah. And very good, very good. I got
By the way, I decided to wear this shirt today because it's like it was one of the only two pieces of clothing I have that actually predate my marriage. So
Oh, nice.
the other
Good
one
day
is
for
like
it.
this shirt I got in high school. Well, I got both. I got
Yeah.
this one in high school too. But anyways.
Wow, look at Rigetti. Rigetti's at it again. I'm just fixing my list, guys, so you will miss my screen for a second here. I'm doing Baba, doing Coin, Hood, Hood,
GTI.
Nvidia. I'm gonna add RGTI because that looks good, but it's hard to trade, man. Like even when I saw Andrew trade, it's such a messy stock. We're not used to that, so let's see if today treats us much better.
Netflix dropped off the open.
Oh, look at Baba go. Look at Baba.
There's too many things to watch, Carlos. Today.
It's a very active open. I gotta tell you that much. I mean, stocks couldn't even wait. Look at Nvidia couldn't even wait to get open. Look how crazy it was. So is I'm gonna add Tesla. I'm adding so many things now to my list. I'm gonna add Tesla as well.
I'm out of space to add things to watch.
Tesla is going. Andrew is in. Long has partialed. We'll probably add here on this second. Oh my goodness. What a Friday. What a Friday, friends. Yeah, Andrew's long, Tesla. He got in for the 1 minute break here off the VWAP, off the this is pre-market. This is the original pre-market high, I believe. It's just wow. Nice. So Tesla's going as usual. I'm waiting 3 minutes. And let's see if we can find a good opportunity here. Rigetti could be a nice short. This is a lot of weak pressure here for Rigetti. Again, this stock is just weird and hard to trade, but I love this 5 minute wick as far as selling pressure, Peter. What are you watching? Anything that's catching your eye?
No, I mean I am keeping an eye on Rigetti because it's moving.
Yeah,
I've got JD on the list, but it's not doing much. I put Joby on the list. Why not? Just to see what it's doing, but it's fairly quiet. But yeah,
Rigetti's
Tesla,
gonna go, man. I think Rigetti. Sometimes it's waiting 3 minute rules is a pain in the butt. I tell you that right now because I wanted to get in here, but I'm like, no, gotta wait 3 minutes. It is a pain in the butt sometimes, man. But no, I'm not trying to break my rules today. But I would have been in here at 20 cents in, and I think it's going lower, man. Let's see what it does here. It's a good pullback. It's got to stay below the VWAP, and then we could probably take a short. Yeah, I'm going short. Oh, what a bad entry, but that is what it is. It's trading, it's hopping around a little bit here. So I got not the best entry, but let's see. I like it short here. I like the selling pressure. I want to see, and this is a VWAP breakdown, obviously. Engulfing pattern here. I did not get in here, by the way, just because of the 3 minute rule that I wait. But I would have been here already probably taking a partial. So I like the weakness. I like the 5 minute candle. You see just this selling pressure here is nice. Let's see if that can turn to something. All right, let's see. See Rigetti spaghetti. What's the next level on this? Let's see if we can sell down. Oh, don't go up. Go down. Go down. This one here. 1617. Yeah, that's what I would like to get to. I mean, we'll take partial on the way down there, obviously, but
To a close.
yeah, let's see if we can get down there. S3's at 1659. Thank you. So we're right here. We're trying to break down from this if we can. Level 2 looks good. We got a couple of bits down there. Let's see if we can pull down. Would be nice. And again, not the easiest stock to trade, man. I was watching Andrew trade this before yesterday, I think, and it's such a messy price action. We'll see.
Rigetti?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's so hard, man. Look at this.
Surprised you jumped into this. So.
Yeah,
But
I like this. I like the. Yeah, let's hope it works. But if not, we'll be out. We'll have our stop set, so we'll be we'll get out of this if we need to. What I don't want is to be in this and miss other good opportunities. What else is out there that's looking good? That's what I don't want to happen. Rigetti 1680. I'll stop out. If it doesn't hold the VWAP, I'll get out of it if it breaks the VWAP. 20-cent stop here. Man, it looks like it's gonna go. This is a strong move up. But we got to give it to at least the VWAP, because that's where I expect sellers to come in and push it down. Look, this. You see this price action, Peter? Are you seeing this? It is just so. It is like it's jumping like 5. It's just not clean. I don't know what it is about it.
It's
like
heavy on the. It's heavy on the.
It's just. It's just weird the way it moves, man. It's so weird.
I should have got short when it popped up there.
I don't know, man. I'm regret. Even if this works, I'm regret being in. It just was how bad this thing trades, man. Now there's got to be something better out there than this. So
Yeah, well,
let's hope it sells off and we make something. But
Tesla
man.
just had to take Tesla along again at the open.
Yeah.
It loves to do that little pop up at the open.
Yes, Tesla. Andrew's Tesla. Yeah, Andrew's destroying Tesla right now, and he also
Andrew's also looking at Hood for a long here.
He added here as well, so very nice. Watching Rigetti the screen, but also checking to see what else we have here. So Rigetti's just still there, hanging around. 1680ish will be my stop, so we don't want to see it go up there. That's where the VWAP is. Yeah, man, Andrew is doing very well. He's also a long Hood. He took long Hood now a few minutes ago. He's long Hood as well.
Just 1 minute ago, really.
Oh yeah, 1 minute ago. Just got the nice pop on it. Let me show you guys what that looks like right over here. So 2 trades for him. I'm not listening in, but I'm just watching. 2 trades, Peter, so far, right? Hood and Nvidia and Tesla.
And Tesla, yeah.
Yep, nice. So there's Hood, long, boom, boom, boom. That's a beautiful 5-minute ORB. Wait for the pullback. He waits for the pullback to come down, gets into the confirmation, and then blast off. That's a 5-minute ORB. One of my favorite strategies there. So that's awesome. And let's see here. So Rigetti's still hanging out. I'm still looking at that here on the screen. So just trying to get lower. Hood is. Oh man, Hood is gonna go. Did I pick the worst horse today? Is that what I did? Because I see Hood going. I see Nvidia is such a mess. That is pretty bad today. So we gotta wait for that to settle down and give us some opportunities. Rigetti's, I still like it for sure, but it's taking a sweet time. But I do love it for short. And Peter, you could have been right on this, man, if you got in where you wanted to. You had a better entry than I did. Oh, sorry guys, I'm not sure. Yeah, you had a better entry than I did. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if Nvidia.
One of these days, I'm just gonna start taking all of these that I see. I'm just gonna take everything.
Okay. I like that.
I keep saying that, but I can't make myself do it.
Spaghetti, just sell. Sell, give me one and done. um, and we'll come back next week. But it's struggling. It's really struggling. Let's see here. The longer we take here, the worse it is. Because that means you're gonna get a bounce and you're probably gonna go above VWAP if you're not gonna break down from here. Oh, where's Peter?
I'm here.
I gotta. Nope, I'm saying we're here.
Am I missing?
There you go.
Where'd I go?
Now I put you on.
Oh, there I am.
Loosen on the screen at the bottom. All right, Rigetti Spaghetti. Do something. JD above the levels here. Pre-market. I mean, high of the day. How is Joby doing?
Joby's not doing that well. It's sort of moving sideways. I don't love it.
I'm gonna stop on Rigetti, which I really should wait for the VWAP. That's where we're having the problem there. But I think it's gonna crush the VWAP now. Actually, it could be too long.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna wait for it. My stop is 1680. The VWAP has gone down actually. I almost got out, but my stop is 1680. The VWAP is below that, so we got a little more room.
It's still got these downside orders, Carlos, that are sitting here in the books. I don't watch it closely enough to know how it normally moves, but it looks like it wants to go lower. It's just being difficult.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Wow, look at all these orders on the bid side.
Yeah, but every time it gets down to 1655, it doesn't flush. Like I'm waiting for the flush here and it just doesn't happen. But I'm with you. I do see it on the bids. Yeah. It's just there's some support here, man. 1655. It just doesn't want to break down from there. So
would you ever look at it and say this is just not acting the way you want and you just get at a break even?
I've done that before. Actually, I did it with we did it yesterday or the day before. You wasn't on. But we did it with and we just got out of break even because it was taking too long. It did just this. It was back and forth, back and forth. We got out of break even. I'm glad we did because then it pulled back a ton. Then it came back and it crushed it, went the direction we wanted to. But I wasn't around for that. But yeah, I don't always let things go to my stop. My stop here is 1680. You know, about 20 cents, and the VUp is helping me as it's pushing lower here. But what I also do is I'll start looking around, like, and if I see something else that looks better and this thing's not doing anything, I might consider, not waiting for my stop. But I'm looking around, there's nothing that I really like to focus elsewhere on, right? So we'll see. I almost made a mistake and got out here. Because when I saw the VWAP, I was thinking I was here. And it's a big difference. Like, the VWAP has dropped already. Mm-hmm. So when I switched this, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's my stop. Wait a minute. My stop is up here.
I wondered what you were saying, because, your stop is actually above the VWAP, which is not a bad position to be in.
Right. As the VWAP drops lower, I just looked at it quickly. And I'm like, oh, it's my stop, but it's not. Yeah. So I almost made the mistake of getting out here until I realized that, hey, we're still at 1675. But yeah, this is not good here. We're starting to make higher highs, higher lows. This is not good. We're kind of turning the corner. I don't like it. This candle's important. We got to get down. Let me draw it to see if it comes to reality. Here you go. It's a red candle. Bearish. Turn bearish. Come on. Sell down, but it's struggling, man. Struggling. But the more I watch this ticker, the more I see why it's so difficult to trade with the way it moves. It's just difficult. All right, what are you guys watching? Sorry, I haven't been paying too much attention here. What are you guys watching? Um, Whatever happens today, Sean, I agree. Sean, so you got the right mentality. I thought about that earlier today. Whatever happens today, I think everyone here is much happier than the astronomer CEO.
Yeah, it's sort
No
of weird that they're
question.
calling him an
No question.
astronomer CEO. What?
Because nobody knows
Well,
him. Nobody knows Andy something, so they
yeah,
call him the company's name.
yeah.
I'm telling
Well,
you,
what's the company? Do you know? I don't
I
even
don't even know
know.
what the company is. Like this
Okay,
guy,
all right.
yeah.
Neither do I. He's
This
just
is one
the
of those
astronomer
yeah,
CEO. Yeah.
right, right. This is one of those CEOs that it's worth a couple of billions, whatever. Nobody knew him until now.
All right, let's find out here.
Nobody knew him until now. And there's so many people like that. Like my brother's the person my brother works for, multi-billionaire. I mean, billionaire, private jets, everything, all good stuff. His private jet had an issue, so he couldn't get on off the island, and he had to take a commercial flight. So he got on a regular commercial flight, first class, and nobody knew who he was. There's a lot of people
Oh,
like that.
the company's actually called Astronomer. I thought he was
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
astronomer.
No, no, no. The company's called Astronomer. Oh, okay, okay. No, the company. That's the name of the company.
Okay, that's the name of the company. Anyways, all right. I was confused.
Yeah.
I figured, why
Oh,
do
you
they
thought he
keep
was
calling
like
him
a.
that?
No, no, no,
An
no. He's
astronomer and a CEO, and I'm like, it seems odd. Like, why do they keep calling him that? Anyways, never mind. I'm apparently a little slow.
no. That's the name of the company. All right, guys. I'm out of it. It looks like it again just failed to break down from a 1655. So out of it here on my stop 1680, and we'll see what else we can find. Hood. Wow, Hood is man. Hood and coin. I should have just traded those two. I said it too. It's a coin day, and I'm here trading
Oh
this
man.
Rigetti garbage. Same thing, Baba. Good view at breakout. High of day breakout happening now as well. Yeah, should have just focused on that.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Sonny. So here's Sonny. Maybe do you have a conspiracy theory, Sonny? You're like, so really, this is all a publicity stunt. It was
Uh,
all staged so that the company Astronomer would get all sorts of press. That's a risky way to get publicity, putting your own personal reputation on the line like that.
yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. If you got wife and kids, yeah, I don't know if you
I mean,
play like
if
that.
your wife would have to be in on it to make that any type of valuable stunt, but that would be
I won't put anything past anyone. That's for
I
sure.
know. People
I
do
won't.
crazy
People are.
things,
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
but I don't. This doesn't feel like it was that type of stunt, to be honest.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Everybody's in it. Coldplay's in it. Everybody's in it. Then everybody's getting a cut. I'll be right back, Peter.
Yeah, Coldplay got some good. I mean, who knew they were having a concert tour? I didn't, but now you know if you didn't already. So it's anyways. Hate to be too cynical, but unfortunately the world has led us this way, hasn't it? Because unfortunately it just happens all too often that our cynicism proves to be uh, accurate, which is too bad. But oh well, world is what it is, right? Tesla moving back towards the high of day here. If anybody tried to take that off the VWAP, you're looking good now. But Tesla, not my trade. And Rigetti, like Carlos said, unfortunately stopped him out. So that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yes. Yes, it did. Turning out to be a good long here, but I'm not. I'm not joining.
And
Um,
Hood's still going higher here. Amazing.
Advanced 2016. What a great advertisement for Coldplay. I don't know. They could lose a couple of viewers because of this. You know.
I mean, it's not really
Anybody?
their
Any?
fault.
No, but they'll lose a couple of tickets for this. Anybody that wants to take their side piece to an event won't do it now.
There's
They're
like
not going.
so that's a term I'm not allowed to use in this house. My wife hates that
Oh,
term. She
yeah.
hates that term. I don't know. I'm not sure
Side
why,
piece.
but
Tell you talking about the
yeah.
firearm. You're talking about the firearm, not the.
Yes, yeah, yeah, right. I
But
think
yeah,
in her mind it legitimizes the infidelity. So
yeah, yeah,
look, I have no comment.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So
No comment.
don't be
Mm.
taking their second girlfriends to those co-play events.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Oh man. Well, Rogelio, yes, he did mention that in in the video. He did mention that, but because he didn't know who this guy was, I'm telling you, people think like, oh, it's just because he's a big time CEO, everybody knows him. Nobody knows this guy. This guy could be walking down the street, you won't, nobody will recognize him. You know. So Copley, I'm sure, did not know he was even a CEO. These guys don't know. You know.
No, it
They
was
had
just a
no
kiss cam.
idea.
Again, it's
Exactly.
like a kiss cam. You know, like the kiss cam is such a well-known thing. If you're in a
Yeah.
stadium, why would you have any expectation of privacy? Anyways,
Right.
sometimes
Again,
the
if you
stupidity
would
of smart people
yeah,
is never ending, it seems.
if he
Okay.
would have just kissed her, it would have been fine.
Uh,
Um,
like,
let's see here. Keith, that's my take. Yeah, absolutely. If he would have just kissed her, it wouldn't be on the news at all. Because people don't care. They're like, oh, it's just a regular couple. Move on. We don't know these people. You know? Um, Rigetti. Rigetti's actually doing a good view at breakout, but I just don't trust this ticket to trade well. I really don't. Price action is just not, doesn't trade nice. Tesla is going for more. 327. How does the
going for gold.
it's going for gold, man. It is rocking. Um, and Andrew is playing this thing so lovely today. Look at this. Add partial,
Yeah.
add partial. I
Yeah.
mean, he is on it. Why did I trade this? I should just follow Andrew. I should just follow what Andrew does next week. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm gonna take all his trades. And that's not great advice, guys. I'm only kidding. You gotta be your own trader, but
Yeah.
should have done that today.
Wow.
Uh,
Tesla's high. Well, not sorry, high of day.
yeah.
What I'm trying to say here.
Nav. Yeah, this is the first time I trade Rigetti in a very long time, and it reminds me why we haven't traded stock in a while. I mean, even now it's getting more volume and it's in play. It's just tough. It did the same thing to Andrew 2 days ago. I mean, it's just difficult. So should learn my lesson not to trade this thing. Doesn't trade all that well. So yeah, if you got stopped out twice on it. One of my rules is I get stopped out 3 times on the same ticker. I don't trade it no more. Right? That's just, you're not in sync with the price action. You're doing something wrong. You don't want to get into that revenge trading mode. So set rules that prevent you from doing things that can trigger other things. As in Tesla is to the moon. Andrew, another partial.
Yep.
My goodness, this is just taking off here. Just taking off. We should start a scandal. What scandal can we start to go viral? PBT community. Let's start some scandal with go to Coldplay concerts. We can get a free advertisement on a viral video. Let's do something.
I guess if we're gonna start it, if we're not gonna be mean to anybody, we have to start it on ourselves, because
yeah, we'll be all in it. We'll be all in it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Will you get out of
go there?
Good. Will you get out of RGTI here? Would I get out? What do you mean get out? I'm not in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not in it. This is sorry. If you just looked at this and didn't see this here, this was my short, and this was my stop out. So I know it's hard to see this. I also try to make it pinkish, and it's still hard to see sometimes. Yeah, we should leak Andrew's OnlyFans account. I think
he did mention that he was research purposes only. That's what he.
Sean, you're paying attention, Sean. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we
That's
should
right.
release.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how many.
Look, the biggest scandal for us in our community would be something more along the lines of all the trading is fake. Right, like that would be that.
Yeah.
Not a sex scandal. It would be like the fake trading, and I say that because I'm like it's not. we're we're really doing
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
like it's
But we'll
it's
go viral. We'll go viral for a while because
yeah, maybe
negative
we
stuff
should.
goes viral. Nothing positive
Yeah,
goes
people
viral. It's a
love.
shame. It's a
Oh
shame, but
yeah,
that's what it
people love
is.
to try and take people down.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to be careful because somebody could take a soundbite of me and put it out there. Said Peter said that. It's all fake.
Oh, absolutely. You're so done. That's it.
Yeah. Oops. All right.
You
I
started
mean,
a
I guess
scandal
now.
for us.
Yeah, I guess nowadays you don't even need to. They
Hear
can
me?
just take my
Yeah.
voice. I mean, there's enough content out there. They could just take all the things we've said over the mornings and then make me say anything they want. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Anybody can sample our voice and do whatever. So
yeah,
be careful,
yeah.
guys. Be careful with what we ask you to do. Um, this is why I never. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So just be.
At least, Carlos. At
Yeah.
least look, trading. Like when I was a corporate executive and you were out and are all over the world doing whatever you're doing, right? Like, yeah, I could understand. A spouse should be concerned because
Mm-hmm.
you're out doing God knows what. My advantage now, I'm a trader and I trade all day and I'm here. This room, what you see, this is my world.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nobody here but me. My wife has nothing to worry about. Like she
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
she could have a webcam in here for all I know and she could see how boring I really am.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, Keith,
Oh.
it's I don't miss it at all. You know what? It was great to have done. I really value the time that I had as a sort of in the corporate world because I learned a lot of stuff. But do I miss it? 100% no. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Oh man, coin and hood. Oh. Andrew and a paid Discord of a 19-year-old crypto guru. Guys got some good suggestions. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go viral. But before we go viral, we gotta hit the thumbs up. We can't go viral without a thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're at 369. We'd love to be above 400. Eventually, we'll make 500 our new goal, but 400 is our goal for now. I think we could hit that. We could hit that pretty easily, right? So help us get there. We appreciate it. And yeah, I'm just watching, coin. Tesla going to 330 today. Andrew's driving this thing all the way up. P&L at 30, 2K. It's a beautiful Friday. It really is. These stocks are moving so well, so well.
yeah. Thanks, guys, for the well wishes on the anniversary. I'll say, since we're talking corporate life anniversary, just I won't get too deep into this, but I'll just say, sometimes you come to a crossroads in your life. I came to one relatively early in my career where it was one of those where I realized that I had to pick between the traditional corporate life and what I actually wanted out of life. And it's really hard making a decision that sacrifices one over the other. And a lot of times people don't make the decision, they just fall into it sideways. Maybe like our CEO friend of astronomy, astronomer, whatever the company's name is.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I made a conscious choice and I prioritized family over finance, if you want to look at it that way, and I don't regret it for a single second. I love my corporate life because it paid for the lifestyle that I get to enjoy right now. But would I go back to it? 100% no. Absolutely not. Right?
Yeah, it's
Glad that I was able to do
long
it. That I
days, man.
said long days, and there's how do I put it? There's perspectives and attitudes that come with it that it depends on the corporate culture, but my experience was that it's some of those attitudes are not something that frankly I wanted to live. And sometimes you realize you are living it, right, without having consciously chosen it, and usually by that point it's too late. So I'm very fortunate to have gotten out when I did, and to be able to do what I'm doing right now. So this is why partly why I love trading so much, because it affords me the opportunity to do what I actually want to do, and on my own terms. So
Yeah, 100%. We got some stuff coming on 40 seconds here, Peter. I think someone mentioned in chat.
We do nothing big, but we do have some economic data. The consumer sentiment, is that the number? That's yeah. Well, sort of, yeah, the Michigan consumer sentiment number is supposed to be coming out in 20 seconds. Usually the market ignores it. We'll see. Market's moving sideways right now, so let's see if it gets a little jump or dump. This is a relative scale. Michigan's consumer sentiment 61.4 is the number. Anything anything above is considered positive. Anything below is considered negative. So looks like it just came out and it's 61.8. So that's slightly better than anticipated. Oh, look at the market did react. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at the
no
pop.
reaction here. Let's see if it holds anything significant, but it is doing something.
Okay. Slightly better than expected.
Yeah. All right. Rigetti might actually go here. Keep looking at it because it looks good. It looks one of the best risk to reward that I see across the board for me, for the way I trade, because right at the VWAP and it's looking like he wants to maybe hit the high of the day. But man, this week is good. I don't want to blow anything up. It is like I have this one red trade. Yeah, we'll take the loss, no problem.
Up, man.
But the week, we had some rough weeks. Like we had some rough weeks. So this week looks good. I don't want to touch it. I don't mind going into the weekend just like this. But we will look for opportunities. If I see something I like, we will look for it. But a lot of stuff now is extended, getting ready for reversal. If you're a reversal trader, you're gonna have fun in the next couple of hours. So. Because a lot of these things are extended, I expect some kind of reversals back to VWAP, maybe the 20 moving average, coin, hood, Tesla. They don't go like this forever. 330, I called it. 330 on Tesla. I mean, that's not it. I think anybody could have called that. I'm not gonna give myself credit for that. This thing is on fire. 330 there. It's nothing to call, but yeah, the reversal plays, Peter, for you especially. Well, how long are you trading today? You trading all day, or you calling a little bit early?
Well, we'll see. It depends. Again, we've got. Prep. We've got a bunch of people coming over later, so
nice.
We'll see what help my wife needs getting ready for that.
Awesome. Sean, there must be bots again. That was funny. It was yesterday we said that, right? There was bots in the chat because it's only 970 people watching, only 400 likes. That's a good ratio, actually.
Turn it on and
no, that if you could get 50% of your viewers to like, that is actually you're doing something good, right? Or you are, because you look at these big streamers, there'll be like 1,000 people watching, and only like 25,000 likes, 20,000 likes. So this is a good ratio. I mean, we want to break the 50% ratio, of course, if we can, but we are very satisfied with the 400 here. Very, very satisfied. Yeah, we're happy with that. And then as far as what I did before this, I used to work for a Chinese manufacturing company called Haier. Big company, man. These guys they're like the #1 appliance company in the world. And man, I never had so much fun in my life. I tell you that much. Never had so much fun in my life. And these guys, man. I remember we used to be in downtown, and Peter, we never made money. Like we just never, like in the US, the brand was not big enough. We always had a loss. Not every year, some years. Okay. And we still had parties. We still had the giveaways. Like China would just send a boatload. Oh, China would just send a boatload of money. They didn't care. They had so much money. They kept us afloat for years. It's just they really wanted it to work. But the brand never picked up, and what they did was they bought off GE Appliances. So they own GE Appliances now, and they manufacture everything through there. So yeah, Haier. It's called Haier. A huge company. Like if you look them up, they're the #1 appliance company in the world. Mexico has a lot of Haier units. My country too, a lot of mini splits. If your son or daughter is in college, they probably have a Haier unit. You know,
ELTR is dropping.
Yeah.
And CRCL is actually climbing.
Oh yeah, see that? Yeah, Vance, they're big. They're huge in Asia. #1 in the world. I mean, it's just crazy. A lot of it because of China sales. But yeah, just Just like that. But they were awesome, man.
At the high here.
All right, SPY's
Hesitating at
dropping.
330.
It is, friends. It is. U.S. is a tough market, man. People like the name, so the way to compete with a market like that is you buy the licensing of the name and you just build it in China, but have a U.S. name. That's the way you do it, and that's what China's doing now with Hire. Black & Decker, we owned a couple of units. Nobody knew it was Hire made because Black & Decker's a U.S. name, but we owned all the microwaves. We owned all the refrigerators, right? So that's what you do. You buy a U.S. name, and then you build everything in China. So the boomers think they're buying U.S.-made product. They're not going on Google to check where it's made, you know? Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay. Tesla does not care about the market. Tesla could care less if the SPY is dropping. Tesla wants to go up.
It really doesn't seem to care.
Yeah. Tesla wants to go up. It's like, okay, you can go down. We're gonna go this way. And Andrew's going with it. Let me show you Andrew's trades. Andrew's going with it, my friend. He is riding this thing till the wheels fall off in a good way. In a good way. Oh man.
Riding it.
Wow. I definitely picked the wrong horse today, but I'm not mad. I had a great week. Very happy with that. So if we don't get anything today, Peter, it's okay. Have you traded anything yet?
No, nothing yet. I'm still watching,
clean?
waiting for an opportunity.
Yep. Eventually, though, something's got to give. Like these tickers. So this is what Andrew's looking at. This is what you also get to see. He has his main charts here, 1 and 5. I'm telling you, I copy Andrew the exact same way. I have the same setup for years. 2017, same setup. I got the 5, the 1 and the 5, and all the stuff here. He watches the SPYs and watches the Qs. And this is important because this here kind of tells you the sentiment of where things are going. So sometimes, I mean, yeah, Tesla is strong, Hood is strong, but if this thing keeps going down, it's going to start weighing down on these takers, and eventually they end up giving in a little bit, right? Like coin is up right now pretty big. I'm looking at Hood. That's also up pretty big. So for reversal traders, I think you're in for a good day today if you do reversals. So it's looking nice.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Tesla earnings next week already? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That'll be...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My bad. I'm confusing them with their sales numbers, which is different.
Yes.
Remember they had their sales where they were down like 40%
Correct.
in Europe, and the guy left. Well, supposedly he left. Air quotations. Their sales guy. But, all right. We'll probably go live for that. We haven't gone live for anything yet. We'll probably go live for that. Might be fun. There's always enough to talk about Tesla and Elon. There's always something going on that we can take advantage of. And what is NC Trader doing?
Choppy markets overall, though. There's stuff moving. There's stuff moving this morning, but the market indices are a little rough. Like looking at Nvidia, it's really certainly hasn't picked a direction today. Not like yesterday.
Sounds like a Chinese money laundering app. No, Sam, no, it's much different than that. We definitely get into it some other time, but no, it was not money laundering. It's just it's hard. It's hard to make the cut sometimes.
Yeah.
U.S. is very competitive.
Well, this RGTI is. Feel bad, Carlos.
RGTI.
Yeah,
What's it doing?
It's not much. It's just
it's just choppy. Yeah,
it's being difficult. It really is just.
Did you trade it? Did you get short or no?
No.
No, no.
I
Okay.
didn't, but
Yeah, no. It's messy. It's messy. There's better things out there, like coin. If you got in early enough.
yeah, or CRCL. I mean, look at
Yeah.
this thing. Remember, I mean, I still think of it as I mean, I guess it's not really a recent IPO anymore. I mean, it's still fairly
Yeah.
recent, but
Still fairly young. I mean,
it's
it's 2
been
months, not
trading
even.
two months, but it moves. This thing moves. Like $20 move here this morning. It's crazy.
Andrew, trading was okay, man. Not too bad. I mean, I had a red day. I had red day on Rigetti, so 20 cent stop here. But other than that, I haven't found anything, man. Like all the stuff is gone. Like Tesla, your Tesla trade was amazing. We were looking at that. Your hood trade, and so you took a couple of parcels there. But we missed some of the good stuff this morning, unfortunately. Nvidia was rough. So not bad, but the week is good. So I'm happy. That's why you see me smiling, and I just probably think I'm crushing it, but I'm smiling because the week was great. But yeah, today not so much.
Carlos is just high on life.
I am feeling good, man. Feeling good about this Friday. Feeling good about this week. Can't complain. Um, no, damn near famous. We're not famous, man. 1,000 people, 1,000 people, 400 are bots. It's not that famous.
400 are
No.
bots. They're not bots. They're all. I like
No,
to
I
think
know,
they're all
just kidding.
people.
They're all friends.
They're
All
just
friends.
busy people. They're busy people
Yeah.
looking at other things. Philippe wants us to look at SBET. SBET is not.
Yeah. It's taking off here,
It's,
but
it's taken
how will you
off,
have
but,
traded it?
yeah.
How will you have gotten your signal to get into this? I always ask that question. Like people look at a stock, oh, it took off, but how will you have traded it? What would be
Exactly.
your signal? So
That's
don't
the
see
key
it here.
question. And that's where you really need to assess, could you have taken it, right? Could you have
Yeah,
actually? I mean, maybe
yeah,
if you were watching it all morning, but
yeah.
I'm not saying you can't, but I probably wouldn't have profitably, even if I
Well,
had been watching all
look
morning.
at this example here, right? So this is SBET right now. See how choppy this is, right? How do you expect this breakout to happen? Same thing with Tesla. Not Tesla, Nvidia. If you look at Nvidia, look at this choppiness here, right?
Right.
So let's say even if you're watching out of nowhere, you should start getting this drop here. How are you going to join, right? It's been horrible all day, not giving you your signal for an entry, right? That's the key. How are you going to get your signal for an entry when Nvidia does decide to break out? You got to be watching it. So the same thing off this chop. I'm not going to look for. There's no signal for me here right now on Nvidia. Eventually, it'll do something. That's what I tell people. Like it's only been 40 minutes into the market open, right? So we are going to get a lot more opportunities. Don't force yourself to trade in the first, couple of minutes. If there's nothing there that's up for you, there's a lot of time left. It's a lot of time left. So 10:30 reversal play comes into action here. Mountain passes, all these things come into play. So it's a lot of time left. Wow, coin. Friends, coin? Anyone taking coin? Wow. That's beautiful. And also, I could tell there's not a lot happening because you guys are very good at calling things out. Say, hey, Carlos, this is at the VWAP. Not one of you guys have mentioned any of my strategy for the VWAP, which, by the way, we're going to have a webinar next month, the 19th. I have to confirm with Mike. It's going to be a strategy webinar on Tuesday night. So we're going to talk about the entire breakdown of that VWAP strategy that you guys see me here trade. So definitely don't miss it. You do have to be a member. So sign up. I don't know if it's part of your, probably not part of your interim membership, but you can do it on the monthly membership. You get access to it. So sign up before then so you can join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, you mentioned on which one, Nav? I didn't see it. Bob is doing it now, actually. Okay. All right, here's the breakdown to the VWAP pullback. Let's see. Bob just has not been great. I don't trust Bob to trade well and give us a good continuation. Wow, SPY might actually go red and stay red for a little bit here. It's dipping its toe into the red territory. Um, so Baba and AMD. Let's take a look. NTSM. Yeah, all semi seems to be pulling
Oh,
uh,
Nvidia just went red.
down a little bit here. Yeah, yeah, because SPY's going red, so it's dragging things. Q's already red. SPY's now going red. So we're kind of getting into a little sell-off mode happening at the moment. If I would have trust Rigetti, I would have went back short Rigetti here, but I just don't trust it. If it was any other stock, I would have taken it again. Nvidia's good. Nvidia's good. Andrew's asking, how was your trading, guys? Let him know in chat. Everybody responds to him. Blow up his message. I wish he would get ding like every time we tag him. That would be nice. We just every morning just blow up his. I mean, he'll mute us.
Yeah, exactly. We could just like tag him.
Tag him anyways. Just tag him and just say hi, Andrew. Say by just tag and say hi, Andrew. Just see if we don't want to freeze his computer, but let's blow up his message thing over there. But yeah, Netflix ending the week green. Good. So no trace yet. Slightly green so far. Wow, look at the drop here, friends. Bearwood Traders high. Yeah, so at Bearwood Traders, when you see that, that's actually Andrew. That's not anyone else. It's not a bot. That is actually Andrew's account. So we don't message from that account. When you see that, it's him. Got $20 move on CRCL, BBT rocks, awesome. Green and simulator, no real trades. Maybe simulator is a good idea today, yeah. Good discipline. Who's leading the board? I don't count. I was testing something. I don't count. So let's leading the board. Kershaw, Sap Rider, and a team at BBT. Nab, you're right on there. Where's Ben? Ben.
Where's Ben? Where's Ben? He's
Ben
missing.
is 16. That's not good. Ben is just the other way up here. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the support, man. I mean, this is just for fun. Jim, always on board, man. Appreciate you. Bunch of you guys always active here. So this is just for fun. You know, we know you guys are all very active, but we appreciate it. Coin is
Good.
Peter. You're like the reversal person, right? You're a better reversal trader than I am. Do you see anything you like?
Well, no, the reverse. I have some regret here. I was going to short Tesla at 330, or at least I thought about it. I can't say I was going to because clearly I didn't. But I thought about it. I just it was a little early for the reversal, but it would have been fairly decent. The risk to reward was good. But anyways, other than that, Hood didn't make a good reversal signal, unfortunately. But it is down below VWAP. And I noticed that Nvidia really dropped. Carlos, looking back, I think I missed look at Nvidia. It's got this they clearly that 1 minute pattern, right? Lower highs, and then when it basically, you can see it looks like a bouncy ball sort of, right? Bouncy. But each bounce was lower and lower, sticking and then when it stuck below VWAP, there would have been a short opportunity off of one of those bounces with a stop above VWAP to capture the short. Now, it's easy to say in hindsight. I mean, I'll admit, while I was watching it, I didn't push the button. So
it goes back to that. Would you have taken the trade, right? Would you have gotten your entry signal? That's what it's all about. Would you have gotten your entry signal?
Hindsight.
Yeah.
Anyways, Coin. You guys are watching Coin. Let me replace something here, because what's not doing much? JD not doing much. We'll put some Coin in here. Wow, Coin, yeah.
Tesla is starting
Coin
to
is
feel
hard.
the weight of the market here, but it's still a strong stock, man. Like I even with this, you gotta be careful shorting Tesla. What's their news, Peter? This looks like Elon's doing something right.
Tesla never needs news to move. It can just move because it feels like it.
Yeah. Maybe he's not tweeting, right? Just not tweeting, not doing something could actually allow the stock to do something.
Do we see any news or rumors on Tesla? Let's see. Uh, Tesla says they're going to
Karma
pay out a
is
bunch of lawsuits.
okay. Karma, is that correct?
Here.
Tesla is a third most shortest stock. Really? I mean, I could see that, but we gotta identify what that means, right? We gotta understand what third most short as far as per day or held short interest over 14-day period. Is it volume or percentage? Because that's a big thing too, right? 'Cause it's a big stock, so volume I can see that, right? A percentage, I think there's worse stocks out there
Yeah.
that people want to short, right? So we need more information on that. But that's an interesting stat, Karma. It's a very interesting stat. That's what Yahoo
Yeah.
Finance says. What's Yahoo? What's Yahoo? What is that? Just kidding. I know exactly what Yahoo is.
Yeah, I mean there is a very sort of negative sentiment around Tesla's anticipated earnings, right? Everybody,
Hmm.
well, there's a general feel that it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
We know that their sales numbers were down. That's expected to translate into lower profits and significantly lower margins. Who knows? I mean, they've done magic before, but it's always tough to say with Tesla. It's not like they're making money out of the robotaxi. There was a lot of hype around it. They did launch it, but notice how quiet it's been. They haven't continued the hype cycle since it launched. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Amen. Have a great weekend, man. Please explain the 5-minute ORB. We could, but we got tons of videos that could do a much better job for you, man. With examples and details. So let me see if I can find a link for you. We might even have some on our YouTube chat. On our YouTube video account. I mean, so I'll search one for you here. I think Andrew, actually, I got the right video for you. Andrew's doing these new videos, by the way, guys, on our YouTube channel. The editing is really good because it keeps you focused. 'Cause our attention span, humans, is not great. Especially now. No, it's not
yeah,
great. And social
it's gotten
media
a
is
lot
making
worse.
it worse. Reels are making it
Yeah.
worse. We want everything boom, 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 boom. Oh, this is gonna take 2 minutes. I don't have time for this. Like
Ain't nobody got time for that.
it's getting pretty bad. I mean, it's to the point that if you watch a video from 10 years ago on YouTube, there were no cuts, Peter. You actually hear
Right.
the person. So yeah, if you want to buy this cup at Dunkin' Donuts, you do have to order online. Like you see that? That's not it no more. If you want to buy this cup, come to Dunkin' Donuts, buy over here, send over here, and it's like there's no pauses. Like cut, 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 and that's the new world. It's just, and that's normal. Like before you see that, and I'm like, this sounds
Yeah.
weird, but that's normal now. And if you go back and look at a video from like 2008, you're like, this is taking too long. This is too slow. You won't watch it. You won't sit through it. But yeah, Andrew explains a couple of 5-minute RBs on recent videos with examples. I think that's the best way to look at it. So I'm gonna go here. There it is. Just 4 weeks ago. Simplest trading strategy. Let me show you. Here it is. Boom. This explains you that 5-minute ORB strategy. And this is a great video. I watched this one too. I mean, I watched most of them, but this is a good one. How can I share this with you? Here, copy, and I'm gonna throw it here for you. Right? If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. But that video is really, really good. He breaks it down. Again, one of the most simplest strategies there is. And all these videos here, all these newer videos, 3 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, they're very high detailed, great editing. It's a lot of work that's put into it, guys. So please support them, because if you support these videos, then we keep doing them, right? If you don't support them, it's like, okay, well, let's not do them.
Wow.
So make sure you do that.
The range that CRCL moves, like it hit a high of 162.50 ish, and now it's down at 145. Like it's a
Which one?
$17 CRCL.
CRCL. Okay.
$17 retracement here. Like it's just it moves with
It's
such
wild.
huge range.
It's wild,
I
man.
know.
That's a big thing, man. Um, yeah, this is a big move. So someone mentioned that my strategy here, the VWAP, which is this is a 5 minute RB, so clean. Yeah, I see it, and it's a clean 5 minute RB. I love the pullback. This is important here because the pullback, you see it happen on the 1 minute here. So when it pulls back, it'll be up like this again. Now, the one thing about TSM is the volume. It looks good now. So yes, this is a 5 minute breakdown, no question. But the volume, man, I seen this stock before. Is very, very tough to get into a trade, right? So you're right. This is a great setup here. Would I have traded it? Probably not. Probably not. Um, just because of the lack of volume and how it's moving. So nice, Sarah. Nice. Yeah, the order flow on these type of stocks is very weird. Like Rigetti. Rigetti's order flow is a little bit messy. It's not as clean as like what we like to see. The same thing happens with TSM. The TSM is a foreign ticker as well. It's a Taiwan semiconductor. So today they're trading great though. Like right now they're trading much better than they normally do. Usually they're not this great.
Right.
But yeah, their price action is still not what we're used to seeing. Oh, Ben, you're tagging MP. I thought you said, I thought you was throwing MP at us. I'm like, oh boy, let's look at it. Nah, MP's not doing anything today. It's not really in play. It's quiet. It's quiet. It's quiet. It's quiet. So yeah, friends, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of great more videos like those, educational videos like those coming out from Andrew himself, explaining, not just the P&L. Nobody cares about the P&L. He's very focused on explaining to you guys how to get that P&L, right? How to make these trades is more important than showing your numbers. So make sure you look at these, especially these top four, as I mentioned. They're really, really good, really high quality, and it helps. It helps a lot. So take a look at that. Level 2 stuff, for those that want to know about level 2. Right, so check it out. Tesla for the view at bounds, maybe.
Cool deep. So, cool deep. Okay, so Mohammed, you've got a question for me. Was Bubba a double top reversal? Let's take a look here. Bubba, BABA. I see the double top. I get what you're looking at. It's early in the day for me, for my strategy, but I mean, clearly, it would have worked off of that double top. The two things: it's early in the day, and it didn't actually get any sort of increase or exhausting volume when it hit that high of day. So even if I had been watching it, I wouldn't have taken it. But it's an example of a partial setup that would have worked. So, in all honesty, would I have taken it? Absolutely not if I was watching it. That being said, feel free to define your own rules. It could be something that fits great with the strategy approach that you're taking. And, there's a lot of trades like that work, but there's equally as many that, could have failed. So, but not something I would have taken. I like Cold Deep. You're asking an interesting question about how to decide how many shares to take. That's something that I don't even think about anymore. I actually don't decide on how many shares to take. I actually let the automated key decide for me. What I do is decide how much money I'm willing to risk. So what I do is, no matter what the stock is, you're using like coin versus RGTI. I don't actually have to make that decision. What I do is I say, for example, if RGTI, my risk is about $200 a trade. Well, not about. It is $200 a trade right now. So if I'm taking a trade on RGTI and I decide I can do that with I'll make it up, a 20 cent risk, That means I could take 2,000 shares of RGTI, right? All I do is identify my risk on the chart. If it comes out to be 20 cents based on the chart patterns, then I hit the button and it auto calculates. Basically, it takes the risk, 20 cents, sort of calculates it into the number of uh, shares, and off I go. And I think I did that math wrong, right? If it's 20-cent risk, $200, I could take, what is that, 1,000 shares? Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Apparently, my brain is not working on a Friday.
No, you're right. You got it.
Uh,
Yep.
anyways, on the other hand, coin, I'd look at it and say, well, maybe on coin, because of the spread in that, I'm thinking I need to take $1, right? $1 is my appropriate risk. Probably more because the spread's 50 cents. So,
Yeah.
but let's, for argument's sake, say it's $1. Then on coin, I would only take 100 shares, right? So
Yeah.
it just depends on what your risk is. So, you've got to see. I'm not doing the math. That's 200 shares. What is wrong with me today, Carlos?
I think we got what you're saying though, but yes, yes,
Yeah. Anyways.
yeah. It's basically focus on the risk rather than the actual number of
Yeah.
shares. And I saw your question, Kudeep. Hey, good morning, Andrew. Let me get you guys in chat. So yeah, so focus on the risk, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll leave you with Andrew and Brian. And
No, guys, don't
yeah,
focus on the risk. Focus on Peter today, that it's his anniversary. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, congratulations, Peter.
Thanks, Andrew.
Your wife also say congratulations on my behalf, although she doesn't like me, but say
She loves you, Andrew.
no, you know how I am, always making bad jokes and stuff like this. I'm always that friend that nobody wants to. Okay, but that's okay. I love her. So congratulations and
Thank you.
treat her really well. How many years,
Well,
Peter?
33.
Wow, that's amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Take her to a concert.
not 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 Coldplay.
Hey, look. Well, look,
Take
why
her to
not? We can get
Coldplay.
caught on the kiss cam all we want. No problem.
Exactly. Yeah. So trading for us was really good actually in the chat room. I did a really nice trade
Yeah.
on Tesla. Two trade on Tesla. I'm sure you talk about it, Carlos. That was really amazing. And
Yeah, you mentioned on which one then?
sorry. So yeah, we did 1 minute open range breakout, which our scanner, the trade terminal scanner also caught that. So that was the first one that we got. It was very nice. I got to stop that. And then after it squeezed up here, I went long again. So this one would be more like a 5 minute or ABCD pattern type of trade. And then I added one more time heavy on that, and then boom. And then I added one more time here again, but it just dropped, and I got to stop that. But it was a very enough, profitable day for me that I don't need to mess around with it. So $29,000, and Hood was also a scalp that I did. So Hood was also a nice scalp that I didn't really stay in there, but it really popped up. So that one is also a 5 minute.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So that's it. That was. Peter, so other people also had really good trades. Like if I want to show you Paris also had a really nice trade. If, again, Carlos, we can do full screen in the chat room. That was a really nice trade that Tesla did. Paris entry is way better than me, and it really added very nicely as well. So just below the rebound. So that was a very nice trade by Paris. Sorry, Brian, go ahead. I do apologize too.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say the only other trade I did was this Nvidia breakdown. Got a nice short as it broke through PDC, previous day close. So trading the 175 puts, got a really nice drop on the price, which meant the puts went up. So yeah, it was Tesla has not been a great trading stock all week, but today was a really good day for Tesla trade.
This is amazing. Yeah. So today was a great trading day. IBKR had a really nice pop-up. Didn't trade really well, but IBKR is the broker that we are trading. Apparently, their earning was amazing. So the CEO in the earning call mentioned me. Like, I also thank Andrew Aziz for over trading that make
Yeah, for all
our
the
life
commissions that
much
you,
nicer. All the commissions.
all the
Yeah,
commissions,
it's well,
it's been absolutely amazing. Just going to try a little short here on Tesla. Looks like it's going to lose the VWAP.
CRCL was crazy. Like the rally and then pull back, it was crazy.
Yeah, the V reversal right at the top there, man. Uh,
So the commission that I pay, Luis, is I did run the numbers. It's around 2% of my profit that I'm getting, like 2 to 3, 4%. If I'm really over trading, it's like 5, 7% of my profit target um, profit. So in $35,000, the 10% would be 3,500. 1% would be 350. Today it might be at like $500 commission or something like that. Maximum. It's even less than that probably because I don't overtrade much today, and Tesla, take 5,000 shares is really nothing.
it's a price you got to pay to play.
I mean, I love it. Like, I love that you go to a restaurant, you get a bad service, you have to pay 20% tip, but like 2% of my profit for
Yeah.
such an amazing service, hell yeah, I'll take it every day.
Hmm.
But again, it depends on the style of, like, we are large cap traders or options trader. We don't really need to worry about like crazy volume, but penny stock traders with this account size, they might get 1 million share. And then 1 million share, you have to look at it, in these situations, you have to go with the specialized brokers and then actually negotiate a commission with that. Like, for example, Cobra Trading or some of Center Points, these are very specialized trader, and you can negotiate really well for them. They give you a specific services, but for our community, I don't think you really need any of those brokers. Um,
No. So definitely a day where there's been some profit taking for sure. Had a big week. Here we go with Tesla dropping, trading the 325 puts. This might just cover some here. I'm going to do more for a scalp. I love trading Tesla options. They're really liquid.
so any question, guys? Let's get some questions on YouTube. Any question,
I'm
guys, for that?
gonna sell some more, selling some more puts. This
Tony,
is
you
an
got twenty
area there
dollars
might be some support.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Where are you trading, NVDA or CRCL?
Yeah, I'm shorting video right now. I'm shorting video with puts.
Ryan is over trading NVDA.
I'm over trading. You're right. No, not Nvidia. It's sort of Tesla. Kind of feel like it's going to have some support here.
So Richie's asking, can you make a living with $25,000 account? Depending on the style of living, but no. I mean, No, you can't. I am sorry is a very hard truth, but you cannot. Anyone says otherwise, run away. $25,000 account is not enough to make a living out of it, because if
No.
you're a really good trader, you make 1%, it's $250. If you can make 1%, that's a really good one. Usually you have to target for less than that. 0.5% a day would be $125. And I don't think you can live in North America with $125. I mean, again, it's not the quality of the life, depends on, but I don't think you can. Dan is asking how
Remember
many
trading.
trades I should take. I think you should take not more than 5 trades in a day, in my opinion. Whenever I'm trading like 7 trades or 8, 10, 15 trades, not partials, just trade as a whole, it's really a bad day for me. Like Tesla today was essentially 2 trades. So this was 1 trade, and then this was the 2nd trade. I had some partials in and out in there, but it was categorized as 2 trades. Both of them would be opening range breakouts. Hood was only 1 trade, so today was a 3 trade for me. Yes, Ben is asking a very good question. Like, for example, do you bring your stop when you add to your position? Is your stop loss still break even? Yes, that's why the amount that you add is important, because if you add too much, your stop loss comes very close to the, 2nd entry. So it's very important. So when I'm adding, I'm actually looking at my position window. So this window. So when I'm adding, I'm looking at the position window. So see what's the average coming up slowly. And then, based on that, make a decision that, okay, it's stop, like it's enough. I don't want to be too close to the price.
KMRK, KTech Solutions, going to the lowest $2.50, down 41%, Kilo Michael Romeo Kilo.
So the 2nd book is actually ready. So I am actually uploading the file, I think today or so. This is the topic, this is the title that I came in. What do you think? Let me actually show it to you. Not that one. What do you think?
I can't see it.
You
Oh,
can't?
there we go.
Carlos has to bring it
Yeah,
a little
now
bit
I
higher.
can. Now I can. Yeah.
Do you think it's nice?
Yeah.
In the
Let's
Amazon
just
page,
see. Can only see
in
part
the
of it.
Amazon page, you see
Oh, I
this
see.
one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cool.
Done.
Nice.
Ready. Like very soon. Like in the next few days, probably.
SRPT, Sarepta Therapeutics CEO says did not disclose patient death on June 16th call, as it was neither material nor central to the topics at hand.
Oh, you don't like the
SRPT
call outs?
on their
Okay.
conference call.
SRPT is a conference call.
Hmm.
Shares of Sarepta now off the lows, down about 16%. SRPT.
Yeah, Trader Troy, Matthew. There, kind of the title is very similar to this first one, because I think the best title for that would be Trade Book: How to Build a Complete Trading System. But I thought, I don't know. I mean, we run an ad of a poll here in the community, and the people like the trading for a living, and it's more evergreen title. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more evergreen. I don't need it to be evergreen, but I mean, maybe the Amazon likes it more. I don't know. But I think that my ideal title would be Trade Book: How to Build a Complete Trading System. There are some repetition in there, that's for sure. Because the book has to be standalone. I can't have a booklet that, hey, this is start from this and this, continue on that. It has to be standalone. So you have to tell the story that is reasonable for people. So there are some like small repetition chart patterns and stuff, but I think it would be different for you to get an idea that how to build the whole system together. I don't think by reading this book you have one strategy that, okay, let's do it. No, but you can see the thought process of how to build the system together. And because this book is pretty new, so I evolve as a trader, so I realized and I understood a lot of things better than I was like 5 years ago or 10 years ago in risk management, the tools available and everything. So I think it's a better version of myself as a trader. I still could do way better, um, but I was just too lazy, and I really wanted to finish this book, and then maybe start another one. Well, thanks for your support, guys. And the fact that you guys are asking and when is it, I'm really grateful for that. The fact that you're pushing it, so the demand from you guys in the community is really grateful. I'm really lucky to have a group of friends that they all, pushing you for your book. It's amazing. Thanks, Mike. Yeah. So Dalton, how to overcome hesitation when it comes to entering a trade? That's a very good question. I think what you should do is take a smaller size.
Surreptitious
Sometimes I
death
want to
didn't
be in
relate
something,
to
I just take a
vertical,
small size.
didn't relate to trial patient death or any other events.
Yeah. Mike is going to be audible. Like, for example, it's going back to the previous question is like, if I take a trade 5,000 shares on Tesla, but for the second trade, I really wanted to be in there. This is actually a good question. So on the second trade, I really wanted to be in there. I started going with 100 shares and then add 100, 100, 100. And then I build a position of about 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares here. And then I added more here. And then when it comes into me. So sometimes you're not 100% sure and you think it's not an A+ setup. You go small just to be in there, and then you get to accept a small loss. But when the trade really becomes that A+ trade book, just add on it. That's exactly what I did.
Tesla maybe has more downside here.
Oh, so Steven is asking about if I want to make a living out of $25,000, how long do I have to trade on that? Um, so you can, we can ask a ChatGPT right now, but you have to see what's the lifestyle that you want. Like, for example, you want a $5,000 after tax. Let me stop the Benzinga. Let's do this. Actually, this is really fun. So you want $5,000 after tax profit per month, and you have only $25,000. Now let's see how long does it take for you to get there. Let me ask ChatGPT. All right, so assuming I have a $25,000 trading account and I make 1% a day, I want to know how many years it take for me to reach to a point that I can take $5,000 per month after tax from that account and maintain that sustainable account. Imagine my tax rate is 30%. Let's see. That does the calculation compounding. So you have to do compounding and see when it reaches to a point that you can actually withdraw $5,000 on it. Let's see if it understands. So you need to withdraw $7,100 per month before tax. That's what you want. Calculating. That's pretty awesome. Actually, pretty cool. It used to be like a couple of hours of calculation, or at least a few hours, but
Yeah.
now. No, actually, it says no, there's something wrong in it. I have to check. Maybe I'll send it to the newsletter because I think this one is maybe my assumptions are a little bit not correct.
So you need to make $7,000 before tax.
Yeah. And actually, it is right. If you make $250 per day, this one says only 20. So your account you need to be $35,000. Then in that case, only 21 days. But maybe my assumption is a little bit. Let me make the assumptions. Okay, let's make the assumption that you make average 0.25% a day, not 1%, because I think that's a little bit unreasonable.
But that's assuming you're a consistent trader.
Yeah.
profitable every day, which you won't be.
Yeah,
Like
I
any
mean, that's after 2 years, you might get into that point. Or after 3 years, you get into that. Yeah.
And to be honest, I mean, this market has been pretty amazing. I mean, it's not always going to be like this, believe it or not.
No, this is more reasonable. He says if you want to get $5,000 per month, you need to have to withdraw 7,000. So your account size, if you average make 0.25% a day, which is like how much would that be returning 200 day? It was like 40%, 50% return per year. So you need an account size of $134,000. So to reach to that $134,000, it needs 2.7 years. And then from there, if you still have that skill, you can have. So it takes 3 years for you to reach to account size. Then now you can consistently withdraw money on it. And I think 0.25% is better than 1%. 1% is super aggressive. Like even I can't make 1%.
Yeah.
So you get the memo. The idea is you get an idea of how you can grow and how you can manage your expectation. So Upside NQ is asking Thor come back to the chat. Thor is in the chat room, so you can. Thor is doing mentorship sessions, and also he trades live with P Capital bootcamp people. And I don't know why you think it's chaotic, but the chats in the YouTube is also pretty nice. Like you can actually really engage with him really well. Thor is doing an amazing job, and he's trading live with P Capital traders every single day. So if you want to see him live trading, join our bootcamp starting in September. Um, yeah, Gary, yeah, you're right. That's awesome.
Again, it's great. You made 2.6% today, but I mean these markets are exceptional.
Yeah, but I don't
I've
know
lived
why
through
people are
lots of years.
so. I don't know why a lot of people are so obsessed with becoming a full-time trader. It's not fun. It's not really fun at all. Like we are not even full-time trader. Like I might be a full-time educator, and content provider, but I'm not a full-time trader. Like it's not really fun sitting behind these computers all the time and just eating, and it's not fun. Just 2 hours a day, get your trade and go and really enjoy it. Keep a career, keep a professional career. Brian is running a coffee
Yeah,
shop. He's also having a consultant firm. So he travels for consultancy and everything. So as a career, like it's very important to just build something. If you don't have anything else to do, learn a new skill. Go to the community college or self-learning.
yeah,
Learn, like, let's say, for example, let's figure out these are the people who really, I think, grow in life. He's not like, for example, one of our traders, David, he lives in Spain. He's working for a big US company. He's also learning trading. And he reached out to me about trading terminal. And he said, these are the things that, you can fix. And well, would you like to come on board and help me as work on a pay position? And he said, yes, now he's helping us adding these futures in the back end and everything, helping us. So his mentality, these kind of people are growing in life because they just want to be, very curious person, curiosity. They just want to
yeah,
constantly working on that. And trading 2 hours a day is more than enough. It's more than it deserves. The financial market doesn't deserve your 8 hours of attention. Really doesn't deserve your life and attention. What is it?
yeah. You've got to keep growing and learning, and the more diverse you are, the more I think you'll enjoy life. Like you said, sitting in front of a computer screen watching little candles isn't overly stimulating for long periods of time. Plus, when you consider if when you're a full-time trader, if you're really depending on that income for your livelihood, it takes the pressure of being profitable to another level.
Its
Hmm.
name is Dude's Coffee Shop, Cam. The name is
Yeah,
Dude's Coffee Shop. You know what I mean?
coffee
They're a
shop.
bunch of
Yeah.
dudes running a coffee shop. All right, Tesla's coming back. CRCL lost it. Hood below the VWAP.
And
Coin back to the VWAP.
Nvidia's heading to S4, which could be 170, 160. It's had low of day now.
Yeah. Mohammed is asking good things. Like,
So
don't take hardest part of trading is you understand that the nature of this business is uncertainty. Understanding the uncertainty is super important. And probability, actually, better word, probability. Like I had one trader, it's in the psychology book. He told me this story that he was an air traffic controller. So for 25 years. So the probability is zero over there. He doesn't understand that one of his decisions, is not 100% accurate or safe. Like that's how the mentality is based on that. You can't make a mistake. Maybe 50% you land. I clear you for landing, but 50% chance, good luck. Like you're clear to land, but 50%. You can't do that. Like you have to be 100%. So it has having a difficulty to understand that the decisions that he's making is actually not a mistake. It's just the normal part of the business. So when you're making a trade and you get stopped out, it's not your fault. It's just the nature of the market. And distinguishing these two requires experience, requires meditation. Really, meditation is very important part of it. Like we do have, mindfulness coaching and meditation that you have to sit down in your brain, have this conversation with your brain. It's like really going into counseling with your own brain that you realize that, okay, this is not your problem. It's just the nature of the market. And most of the people don't understand the nature of the probability. Even the basic things they don't understand. There was one show, Monty Hall, that there was three doors that, there is one prize behind and goats in the other two. So there is in my book, I mentioned that, like, when you select a door, say, okay, this is the door that I want to select. Is the chance that the prize is in there is 33%. And then the anchor, the Monty Hall, it says, I'm gonna, like, for example, you choose door
oh
number
yeah,
one. Say, okay, the door number
yeah,
three is, but would you switch from door number one to number two? A lot of people look at it and, just to give you an idea that people don't understand the concept of probability. When you choose the door, you say, oh, 30% chance. And then now there's two doors because he, removed one of the doors. You say, oh, it's 50-50, one and two doesn't matter. But in reality, you have to switch on that because the chance of the two is 66%, not 33% or 50%. Because you selected one door and that the chance of that one was 66%. And that he removed one of the doors. So still the chance of your first decision is 66%. So you have to go switch to that pool. Just to give you the idea that even understanding probability is very difficult for people. Now you explain to them the risk to reward ratio and that kind of Sharpe ratio, risk adjusted return. Good luck with that.
yeah. It's interesting. And then sometimes I remember in that show, sometimes he'll go, um, "Yeah, I'll give you $5,000 right now to walk away. We won't open any of the doors." It throws another wrench in the decision making.
Yeah, the Monty Hall problem is very famous. It's actually, I'm sharing the Wikipedia page of that to just show you one example of, understanding the concept of the probability.
Yeah. Yeah, the someone was asking what kind of consulting I do. So a lot of it's got to do with recycling and environment, waste reuse, and some of it's just business, like contracts and negotiating business arrangements.
All right, guys. So there is one really good-looking guy sitting in red, in a wife beater shirt, and wants to join us. How are you, De Young Thor?
Good, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great. Traveling a little bit today. Having a little bit of fun, just kind of getting out and doing some stuff. So I'm going to hang out with some friends this weekend. So I'm decided to hop a plane today.
Oh,
Awesome, thank you.
So
Are you
I'm
again
in
in the
all
Philly.
right,
lounge? Are you again in
I'm
the
in
lounge,
Philly right.
or are you in the lounge or somewhere?
Mister
I'm in Philly Airport, kind of on like one of the little side areas near the terminals.
Look at the man, the traveling trader.
Mister
Wow.
Jet Setter. Yeah,
So we're
Andrew.
having
Just so
fun with
you
the
know,
old
and
laptop lifestyle, as Tim says, right? Tim Sykes says.
All right, perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so
yeah.
I'm gonna sign off, guys. Have a great trading day. And all the best, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Hey, Andrew and I met when I was working as a consultant for a company that he actually was working with at the time as a chief technology officer in electrochemistry. So, so there you go. I actually met Andrew through my consulting business. So, and we traveled the world in this
And that was
business, in this clean tech company.
the beginning of this huge
It,
community started in just that moment.
it, it was the beginning. I was doing a little stock trading, and Andrew had never traded, and I'd come into the office and check my stocks, and he'd go, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I got to learn how to do that." So there you go. And it all started from there.
That's amazing. I love that
So
story.
yeah, yeah. So where are you headed, man?
So I'm actually staying up in kind of up and around the this area up here, just hanging out with a couple of friends. So I'm up in Philly right now, but rather than ditch the airport,
Perfect.
I figured I'd hang out and use the free Wi-Fi before I went to the next next
Right
to
on.
the next stage.
All right.
So
You
unfortunately,
have
no trades for me today because I was traveling when all the good stuff was happening. But it looks like Qs are kind of in an interesting place right now, maybe to catch a bid. So I'll have to see what's going on there.
yeah. All right, man. Well, you have a great weekend. Sounds like you got some fun planned.
Oh, absolutely. Always running amok a little bit, right?
All right. You have a good one.
Thank you.
Thor.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
So, cheers, my friend. So, everybody out there in YouTube land, how's everybody doing on this fantastic day? Um, we talk a little bit about this from time to time, which is one of the funnest things about doing what we do is the ability to do it from anywhere. So, kind of got a wild hair. Decided I wanted to get out of here this weekend. So I am. I think ES and NQ are both in really solid places to find a buy. The range is narrow. Be a little careful there. But, we've been selling more than buying so far in the day as well. So right now, we're kind of held up waiting to see if we can pull a bid. But we do have a lot of different tickers all kind of getting into a similar range. Let's take a look at NVIDIA for you. Thanks, Pretty Bird. So as I'm letting NVIDIA load here, don't forget, we kind of have our usual housekeeping things we have to do. For everyone who is here and still watching and hanging out, please take a moment. And if you have not already, toss down the thumbs up. So, and I appreciate that. So you guys, I noticed a comment here on Sabrider from Sabrider. What do y'all think about that, man? Talk about getting busted on TV, huh? They got the CEO and the HR and department, and they're all out there real excited about things, huh? Hey, Challenge Trader. Looks like NQ is starting to sell a little bit more. So upside, I am not the person who makes the schedule or decides where I go at 11 o'clock. So if you would like me in a different spot at 11, talk to someone with the power, right? Maybe hit up Andrew or hit someone like, that. However, I'm here. So, and it's nice having Paris and Greg in there. So we'll have to do that for sure. But I hear you. So I have coming on with me today because it's Friday. Talk to you guys a little bit about this. Before I asked you guys what you wanted. You said you wanted more psychology. So we got Dr. V coming, and then you said you wanted more Bookmap. So of course, I call my buddy Nathan. My buddy Nathan's going to be in today for this session. So any questions that y'all have regarding Bookmap, Bookmap setups, how to read it, how to play with it, all of those things, I got my guy in here to help you out. So make sure everyone say hi to Nathan and welcome him back onto the show. It's always great to have you here, buddy. Hopefully you're having a good morning. So hopefully you got more sleep than I did last night. Always good. Don't get along, but every now and again you gotta make sure it happens, right? So how are you doing, man? How's your week been? How's your trading week going? How's life? Yeah, I saw that now, man. I saw that as well. We're kind of stair stepping down into this bid a little bit, so it's not like really strong, but it's a lot heavier than lighter in that.
Yeah,
So
it hit 23,200, got a nice bounce, and then that book started to fill into the top side, but it just rolled over.
mhm. So someone's saying they can't hear Nathan, but I can hear him. Okay, I think they can hear you now.
Okay.
Great. So beautiful. So good, 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 good. So we got him fixed up now. So we got Nathan working here. So we can hear him now. So anyway, so like we're saying right now, Nathan and I are just kind of starting to get into the flow of things. Do you have any particular trades that you want to talk about? Everyone out there, if you want us to look at stuff, let us know. We'll take a look at it. But then if you have specific questions, then we'll go into it. And yes, I will be uploading the Thursday mentoring session from last night. It'll probably be on Tuesday when I get back into town, though. NVIDIA right now for me is actually not in a great range. It is in a higher range, but it finds itself really low in the price. So it's with all the selling we've already had, plus the low price. I mean, it's a great spot for a squeeze. We're near monthly R4, but statistically, it'll be interesting to see what we can get out of it. We're a little too low for a higher range buy for me, so I probably would just let this one go. But what do you think on NVIDIA, Nathan? See
Maybe
anything there that looks interesting?
let me bring it up. What do you think about ES and NQ right now?
I think we're fine. I think we're in the right area for a buy. So, and it looks like we are starting to buy a little bit. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens here.
I'll look at NVIDIA in a second. Yeah, I'm trying to see if maybe this will set up nicely.
Like Qs right now, for instance, are setting up right on top of S3 in a higher range. It's a narrower range, but I mean, the level itself is holding beautifully. I mean, like to the penny.
Yeah, I mean that sweep lower to test it again is holding really nice too.
Yeah, I like that.
Have you got any? Did you take any trades today? I can't remember if you said in the room.
No, I ended up not. Since I was the market opened while I was sitting on a tarmac, so I decided not to go for the old cell phone lifestyle repo. So I probably won't trade today. I'm probably just gonna hang out and help everyone out.
You've
Here,
had a
here
good
goes
week,
that
though.
buy right there.
Yeah.
Keys starting to buy a little bit.
Let's see. Go to NQ. Yeah, I mean that structure is looking good. It's coming right back. This, I guess, is a little bit concerning coming over the top. Let's see if that starts to build back up. This has been happening a lot this week.
Mm.
These
So a
orders coming over the top,
couple of
sweeping down off
questions.
the bottom.
One question is, am I going to resume pre-market analysis on Instagram or X? At some point, I do intend to go back to the quote unquote market forecast. Unfortunately, it just takes me a bit to do, and my schedule is really busy. And I know it's kind of silly, but I don't get a whole lot of like repartee out of it. I'm not getting a lot of shares and likes and such from it. So it just, if I'm going to cut something in the morning, that unfortunately ends up being it. So I just kind of keep that in mind. And then Diddy, can you learn Bookmap just watching one stock? Like if you were using the free trial, could you learn it? I mean, probably.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Apple, I think is the one they have, if that's just like the TOS version. And then I think they have the futures on there too. So yeah, you could definitely learn it, or at least get familiar with it enough. Apple moves really slow, so it's really easy to watch. And you can go from there once you kind of get that down. Tesla and Nvidia can be kind of really overwhelming to watch and get an eye on. This book's looking really good on
Yeah,
it.
we're definitely bringing in some orders, like 23,250 has more orders now.
Nvidia is getting some orders pulled down, but it looks pretty heavy to the downside. Trying to, what's it at? S4 with a little pop off S4.
If we were long here, I'd look for a return back to the open price.
See what fills in. Yeah, both sides are filled in pretty well, but yeah, I mean, this is 175 is kind of far away. So it's just these orders down here seem a little too tempting. So we need to get this stacking in a little bit better. I mean, it's looking good, but I'd like to see this order come back. Looks like it got moved up higher. Hold and moved up here. So this 172 would be the test.
Good buying there. So on AMD, AMD is really low right now. It's below S6 and it's kind of near its ATR low on a narrow range. So I wouldn't expect too much reversal out of it from here. Although it's possible. I mean, it is a narrow range. So if it did reverse from here, it would be like an S6 buy. It could run back to the open pretty easily. Seeing some more buying coming into to Nvidia and NQ.
Yeah, it still looks to me like this just might be a pullback though. I mean, our absorption through here is still selling pretty heavy. We're not really matching that on our buy dots. There's some support coming in, so we're getting a little bit of stacking on the bid. What I'd really like to see is this buy up and then a weak sell pullback into this area and hold, and then maybe go.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're getting into a seller right here. And it's easy to see. You can see these red dots, this big seller that push price down here. If you're looking at a trend line, you might expect them to come back in right about this point. So just to confirm that we've got a buyer here, let's get a weak pullback into here, maybe even a weak sweep low, and then a nice big pop off of that. Because ES is turning down a little bit. And NQ. Yeah, the book looks good on NQ, so it's interesting. I was watching RTY, but RTY, if you're just getting into Bookmap, is terrible to watch. It's just, it's very algoy and brackety. You kind of have to know how to look over here on the side of the book to get the real orders and where they are. So this is one I wouldn't suggest if you're wanting to learn Bookmap to start looking at one.
Right.
This one in the Dow for sure. Until you get a little bit more experience in reading the order book. See how much cleaner this is. A lot cleaner. And then you go to NQ, a lot cleaner.
Let's see if I can, let me see if I can get Carl.
Yeah, NQ looks like it wants to buy, and ES just, I don't know. It just looks like it doesn't want to get up there.
The volume seems low, I think, which is kind of throwing it off. Like I would say we've got consolidation here, but I don't know if we have, quote unquote initiation.
I mean, this is a nice spring.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice spot. I like where it bounced from. The
Yeah, this
accuracy
would
is
be a great
great.
spring, but you're not really getting that follow through on it. Like to see nice big green candles at least push up over this high and then you could get some volume, see if you're stopping some people out, and then come back on a weak retest to get back into that area.
Yeah, exactly.
And now our selling bubbles, our selling dots are getting quite a bit bigger. So we're outpacing our buying through here. And really even our short-term CVD is turning back to the sell side.
So I'm working with Carlos to get your screen switched on so maybe people can see some of what you're talking about. But while we're doing that, Nathan, what strategies do you use? Are you a scalper or do you do longer trades or a
I guess
combo?
I do more of scalping off of the cams. Thor's more of a holder. He wants the 4-to-1. For me, I like to scalp, but basically like Pars talks about recycling shares on stocks. I like to recycle contracts on futures. So I like to get a few partials through a move, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, and then I like to see a pullback into an area where I can add one more and protect my average through is kind of moving up and then partialing and getting into the move once we start trending back the other way.
I like that idea.
Sometimes I will move to holding, do a 3-to-1 or try to do a 4-to-1, if the setup's really good.
So someone's asking, is Bookmap on the web version of TOS? I don't think so. I
No,
think you have to
I
have
don't think
I think
so.
you have to have the desktop
Yeah.
application for it. Nathan, you're a pro on Bookmap. What was the reason you struggled in March/April? What changes have you made?
Going back and looking at my trades, talking to Thor, having meetings with, my mentor, just to go over things, clear some things up. And then I started to just go back and I used to get very, very aggressive on my entries. Like my entries on this would usually be right here on this high. So if we came in here and I saw this nice V reversal, let's see what time is that? 26. So, and I was even watching this and looking how this would be usually my old entry point. Nice big move in here, but I would want to see more of a higher and stronger V reversal. But this would have been my entry right off that high. If I could get something that would match this, boom, right in and right out. Let's see, I think this one looks a little bit more, yeah, something like this, boom, like right out, just some good movement right off the cam. That would be my entry. And sometimes just even waiting, if it doesn't quite hit as well, a weak retest back in like we get here, and then that next 1 minute high. So I've got a really tight stop, but I was just taking too many losses. I would get some great trades, I would get some great movement, but I just started taking too many losses. So I had to go back and kind of look and now I really want to see some sort of displacement off the cam and then a retest back into that, like a weak retest back into that area. And so that's really what's has changed things back for me to hitting trades, because those aggressive entries that I used to always kill it on just stopped working. They just became unreliable. So, talking to Thor and looking at different things for new entry models, and I found a pretty good one now.
Beautiful. I think that is I really like that. So I just realized that this big like desk thing that I'm plugged into actually isn't plugged into anything else. So I thought I had power, but I don't. So we'll see how long I last here. This might be you here in about 10 minutes here, but
Sorry.
no,
Yes. I
but yeah,
don't
go
know
ahead.
why CL is dropping off of that play, but it kind of did this yesterday after the close when it reopened. It had a big drop down. So this seems to be something CL's doing quite a bit, just kind of at random spots of just selling off heavily. I know somebody was asking about CL. Humberto.
So PLTR is also in an interesting place. If you were looking for a potential long setup, it is a higher, wider range, and it is near S3. So combine those things together, normally pretty good.
Okay, looks like we've changed a little bit on NVIDIA. Break over this high and come back and retest into this area.
All right, Nathan, I believe everyone can actually see your screen now.
So let's see. ES is selling back off, NQ is falling back in. Yeah, Thor, it looks like we just have a seller, like a trend line seller right here on it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just coming in right across this trend line. I'm surprised we're not seeing that algo hit. That sweep algo that we keep seeing hit.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if it's
See
back.
its little diagonal.
And that's the one thing that's great about Bookmap, guys, is when you start to know what you're looking for with algos, you can see them. Like you can see when they're active, you can see when they start to come into the market. And just with a level 2 or a chart, you really can't see it. You can't like go back and look and say, oh, this was a trend line algo. A lot of times they'll leave footprints on the order book. We found this one that will come into areas like this, sell real hard, and then start placing its stop orders in a line across. And then those orders sweep down with price until they finally all go out after they've taken a lot of profit down into an area of liquidity. It's pretty neat. And once you start seeing them, you really can't stop seeing them. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's too active. A little bit of somebody coming in here.
There's some I was seeing some news. It was posted in the chat by Humberto, and I'm seeing a little bit on that. On CL seems to have some market news. There's some EU sanctions on Russia. I think might be what is partially moving some of the selling here.
That makes sense.
Still having a lot of trouble getting any good buying to come in.
Really? I mean, and look how even when we get higher and we do buy, we do move up, but look how small those bubbles are starting to get when we start to get a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we still have this liquidity being placed in over the top. This is going to make it a lot harder for buyers. So we need that market participation, those aggressive buyers to come in. So really, I think they're trying to get in some retail to try to come in and get through these orders. If not, they're just fading back to try to find these buyers that they had found before. You know, we kind of have this level straight across where we've found some buyers to pick up, but you know, we've definitely got a seller coming across on this trend line. So we got to break through this and try to pop through that. If not, we're just going to sweep lower again and try one more time. But it does look like they want to go up.
I mean, if they're gonna buy, it should be from around this area. It shouldn't sweep much lower than this. If it sweeps much lower than this, things get pretty sketchy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These sellers are going to be trapped. Or I'm sorry, these buyers are going to be trapped. And they're going to have to get out. All right, here we go on NVIDIA. Still didn't break that high, though. So it looks like it's got a seller over the top as well. And look how small these bubbles are, these buy bubbles.
Yeah, agreed.
So we don't really have any aggressive buyers. I'd say, you know, like if you're looking for somebody institutional, a big aggressive buyer, you really don't have that yet on NVIDIA. So this looks more to be a pullback. Right off S4 too. Oh, S3. But right off the cam, Thor. Dink.
Right off, right there.
What would you say, yoink?
Yeah, yoink. Let's say Meta. Let's look at Meta for everyone. So Meta is a really hard ticker to read because the ranges are neutral. It's fairly narrow, and you've already went down and swept out through the downside into the range. So I really don't have a play that fits Meta really well from here. No trades for me today. I'm traveling a little bit and decided not to sling it. Although MNQ is looking better and better by the minute.
Yeah, well, look at this weak sauce volume on that push on Meta 2. Volume's pretty weak sauce. Man, why are those bubbles so big? There we go. Oh, good lord. I wish they made these sliders where you could just hit the arrows and slide them over.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, we've got that ladder building back down to the downside too. I wonder if we find this seller again.
So the thing that I have noticed is as of recent, when we sell and the sell is on larger volume, we're not pushing down nearly as well as we were. So it definitely seems like we are starting to, we're definitely stalled out here. May I dare even saying maybe accumulating ever so slightly, but I haven't seen enough buy that's moving us up the top side of the book to really feel like we're buying yet. So chopping still.
Yeah, that buying is not strong at all. Even though we're positive on the CVD. Let's see, I'm gonna get that one out of the way. Yeah, I would expect this seller right across here to come back in soon. But yeah, we got the ladder building back down to the downside again. What's NVIDIA doing? A little pullback there.
Hey, bud, I'm gonna have to run. I think I'm about to die. So, it was good hanging out with everybody today. I have got to go charge up for a little bit and then go catch a plane. So I will leave y'all all with Nathan today. Please be extra nice to him, and he will answer all your questions, anything y'all need. So if y'all need anything from me, talk to you later. Keep it green.
Let's see. So what questions do you guys have about Bookmap? What would you guys like to know? Humberto, yeah, Thor trades live in his mentorship group every day. I trade live in there as well. And then I have a couple other groups that I trade live into, do some screen share. So yeah, honestly, we're actually sharing screens and trading live quite a bit. I know Avi trades with his group every day, so I go in there quite a bit with that group. I was just in there before I came in here, so yeah, quite a few of the moderators we do trade live with groups and people watching, and sometimes it can be a little stressful. Let's see. Let me get up to the questions. Here. Now I don't know where to start. Sorry, I've missed some questions. So if I miss your question, just throw it back in there. So challenge trader, MES. MES is trying to buy. The same with NQ. I was kind of looking to take a trade if we can break over this high here with some velocity and momentum. I would like to look to take a trade, but this is just kind of weak sauce price action. We're offering into this level, and we can see across here we do have buyers, but we're just not lifting. We're not really lifting and getting anybody aggressive. So as we start to get into this area that we're in right now, we're just stalling. And then we pull back. And then we stall, and then we pull back. And this volume is concerning. So we're reading VPA and we're looking at levels. We're looking at the price action within that levels. Yes, this is showing that we're buying. We do have a book to the top side. Let's see if that ladder's filled in. Yep, that ladder's filled in. So we are bullish on the book, and we are looking bullish, but we're really not getting the buyers in, and we're getting close to launch. So it's hard to say if you'd want to take a trade right now off of this, just because I don't believe the volume. I really don't believe the push, or that we could get anything you know, of substance, especially going into lunch, then we're really going to kind of just chop around and have even less participation. And it's really the same with NQ. Like we're pushing, we got a great book. Everything looks really well through here. But again, through this trend line, and this would be about the spot if we're looking at our trend line where we would fade back again. And this diverting volume on the push up, to me, it just looks more like a pullback. It just doesn't have the book. And then we're starting to get this coming back in. You can see this seller is really making it difficult anytime we push up since we've broken through this area. They really start stacking on the ask, pushing price down, and we're even moving that order down. So as may even be that trend line algo trying to push this order down. And so now we coming in, they're throwing in more liquidity to make it even harder for buyers to come in. And we really don't have any aggressive buyers to offer in. So I would expect this to fade back down and this liquidity to be pulled down again and still just kind of continue down the trend line and just chop in this range. And this would be the kind of trading in this range that you wouldn't like. This is where you're just going to get chopped and stopped out and just lose all your profits if you had some, or just take a bunch of small losses. Really, we need a break over this area with some push and volume. So we're getting a little bit now. That's a lot better. That's better than what I've seen in a little bit. But we need some extension and over these highs. And then we need to come back and retest these highs. We need to retest, weak pullback, low volume, and then the run higher. Or we need to push below these lows and do the same thing. Push below these lows with some force, come back, retest that area on low volume, and then make the move lower. So that's kind of what I would be looking for. Like this is better. The volume's picking up through here. They're holding. They're buying through this liquidity. But I need some more extension off of this level. Let's see. Going through the questions, I keep losing them. Hey, Ben, Nathan, do you know of an indicator that is helpful other than Bookmap like volume profile? I think learning to read volume profile is a must-have for trading, period. And then applying that volume profile just as a confirmation on Bookmap is essentially what I do. I always look at my charts. I always read volume profile. I'm getting an idea of what's going on and who's being aggressive and who's in control. And then I apply what I see on here to see if I'm seeing that same thing on Bookmap. And if I'm seeing some different things, then I kind of go just into more detail and where are the areas I would like to take a trade and the kind of price action I want to see. This is looking better. I would like to see more extension here and more volume off of this candle. But we're still kind of buying through, but we need to get some extension in here. And that's reading volume profile, and that's adding this to these green dots you see here. These are our buying dots. These need to get big through here and pop, get some more extension out into this area. And then we can come back and get a weak pullback into here, and that may be a good trade. ES is doing pretty well. So let's look at the volume profile on ES. Much better. Very similar in this kind of diverting volume getting through here, but look at this push. Look at these big candles and these extension over these highs. Look at this buying through, this aggressive buying through. So these dots are aggressive buyers. You have passive participants with their limit orders here. And then you have the aggressive participants who are using market orders to buy through these levels. And this is what you would want to see over these highs. So this may be a spot. If we can get a weak pullback here, maybe, because I do like this. Let me see. Let me set an alert. I think I would rather go, since S3 is so far down there, let me throw in an alert there at the body of these candles. And then let's go back to NQ. We're picking up some buying volume. We're clearing over the highs, but we're not getting that same extension that we're getting on ES. This kind of extension is what I want to see. This is really just flat. It is buying over. It is flat, but we are breaking the highs. So we need a weak retest into this area. Let me throw an alert there. And I want the alert a lot lower because I want my entry a lot closer to the lows and to S3. And then once that alert goes off, I want to come back and just check. I'm going to look at the volume profile, and then I'm going to look at Bookmap and see if I'm getting what I want to see. How do you identify algos versus retail traders in Bookmap? Really, it's the size of the orders and how they move across the book. Retail traders can't put this much liquidity on the book. They're not going to put this many contracts out on the book and wait for them to get filled. I mean, you can see how large this order is. So you're talking about 500 or more contracts, and they're letting it get filled. They're letting, you know, all the absorption go in through here. And really it's the movement down. And looking at these same levels, I mean, you have this same pattern right here. You have the same similar pattern right there. That's an algo. Algos are the only ones that can take these orders off and put them on this quick. So this is somebody's algorithm absorbing all this price action and still stacking on the ask. So we're getting even a little bit of that algo activity right here, stacking across. So it's just watching. It's just watching the same orders. Let's see if NVIDIA has something. So this is an algo. This is an algo supporting this buy up. You see how these orders look the exact same? It's pulled and then it's added higher. And right here, it's pulled, added higher. And you just follow these orders up. And algos are the only ones that can do this. Sometimes it'll come right off and up a straight line. It'll go right on, right off, right on. And that's the easy way to tell, is the algos placing these orders in, buying through, and this is stacking on the bid. You know, there it is right there. This one got pulled and added higher. That's an algorithm. And I bet that algorithm, this is the same algo, as these orders look the same. A lot of times the orders will look the same for the same algos. It looks like it's even a leading order. So moving it up and then moving the target order up, this may be a little bit of spoofing a leading order to get price up to this 173. As we get closer up here, I would expect this to be pulled and put up somewhere around here, or maybe right into 73. It's still adding here. So as we get through 172.50, I would expect this to come up about 172.20 into that area. Let's see. DB, as someone starting out with Bookmap, what do you suggest focusing on? I suggest focusing on just getting used to the platform and understanding the order book and how to read it. Overall, like institutionally, we're pretty bullish. You can see how the largest order up here at 175, and then we have some nice stacking right up to it. So that's bullish. We can tell overall institutionally, NVIDIA is looking very bullish. We do have some orders down lower, but see how we lack the ladder that we have to the top side? You would read this as bullish. These are where all the customers are. This is where all the money is for the market makers, right up here. They're going to make more money by going to 175 than they are by going down to 170 until this starts to fill in a little bit better. And then we even have some voids. So it's going to be difficult to move through here because there's no orders. And it's going to be difficult for them to want to go here because there's no orders. So we can see overall, we're looking very bullish. Our target looks to be 175. Can we get there? Yes. If we get big green dots coming through and we get the market participation, because you have to have these market orders coming in to get through these orders. And that's a lot where the retail traders come in, that participation from retail traders to push this up and and activate those orders to be filled by taking in their market orders. So we're looking still bullish as we zoom in a little bit more. We got this support right here. Looks like we got a little bit more resistance put in there, but it's just spending time with it, looking at the orders, understanding, you know, the hotter the color is, so red, orange, yellow is going to be your larger orders on the book, and then your smaller orders are going to be your colder colors, white through dark blue. And knowing that the intention of the market is to move towards high sugar, is to move towards these larger orders. Sorry, she likes to come sit in my lap during the day. But just getting used to it, even getting the free version or anything and just going over it, going over your old trades, but also applying, you know, everything you know about the chart. You can still apply that into Bookmap. You just need to understand what these bubbles are and understand what these orders are and how we get there, how the market moves. And then it becomes a great tool, a great, fantastic tool. But yeah, I would focus on the bubbles, knowing that the bubbles are the market orders, the aggressive participants, and that the passive participants are the limit orders here on the book. Frank, I used to use the Schwab Bookmap version before I used this, but the full software is a lot smoother. There's so many more features on there. So I mostly just use this. I actually went back to the Schwab version and I was like, okay, it's not giving me everything I want, but I get more in depth and using some of the features like Market Pulse and some other things in here that I really like. But if you're just wanting to get into Bookmap, or you're just wanting to know what the aggressive and passive participants in the market are doing, the Schwab version is perfectly fine. Zach, I do use the imbalance indicators. I set these. Thor and I actually spent a lot of time finding the right settings for these. And I like to use it as a quick glance. You know, basically, if I'm looking for a trade, you know, it's going to be, you know, something like NVIDIA, I'm looking for a couple dollar move, you know, $2, $3. And so setting that in to see what I have basically in my trade, what kind of book I have. Like here, I've got a very bearish book just within that range. And a lot of that is coming from, oops, this stacking on the bid. So I can see that these orders are being moved up by this buyer. And I kind of take that into consideration too. See there, we just switched. So we had, looked like we had an order moved higher or added higher. I'm trying to tell, I don't see anything really taken off lower. So it looks like now we've got a very bullish book within that range. So I do use it for that. The volume is like, this only shows within your chart the buy and sell. So as you zoom out, it will change. I don't really use that one very much, but the order book imbalance, I use quite a bit. I do use that one a lot. Let's see, Jim, is the green mean transaction at the ask, the red transaction at the bid? The bubbles show market orders. So they're buy and sell orders. And that's really what they show. They just show, was there more buying at that level or was there more selling? And as you can go into here, if you want to see at that price level, so it could be on the bid, you could get green orders on the bid. As a passive order gets filled, you could get red orders on the ask. But if you want to see what that was through there, you can just put it on the total volume instead of the delta. I like it on the delta. Sometimes these just really look 50-50 to me, and I'd rather just know if it's buy or sell. So we could see here, right through here, we were getting a lot more buying. Now we're about 50-50 coming through this area. Let's see, ES and Q really haven't pulled back to my level yet. So I like to use the delta on that. Let's see. For Mark, yes, I have the Global Plus. And the Global Plus you need to get the indicators. The Schwab version does also have them. But yeah, the Global Plus is the only one that has those. Let's see. Daniel, I trade MES over SPY because I trade futures. So that's just the reason I trade it over SPY. I'm just been sticking to futures as of late. So I wonder why, man, that ticked right off of where I had that alert. Let's see what's happening. But it's easier to read the book too. Let me get rid of this. Let me bring up SPY. You can see how crappy this book is. It's so much easier to read the book on futures, even though the futures book are a little bit more difficult to read rather than something like NVIDIA. And mostly that's because you can see how much cleaner NVIDIA is, mostly because the futures have these bracketing algos around them. They constantly have these bracketing algos that'll kind of mask liquidity a little bit. So you just need to get used to looking for the right orders. And a lot of that is going back in your chart and trying to look for where those orders were before on the book and seeing if they're still there. But you can see NVIDIA versus ES. This is a lot cleaner. So stocks are a lot cleaner, but then SPY is a mess. Like this is a mess. There's just bracketing algos around it all the time. And really trying to read it just becomes a pain. Man, this is a thin book for the SPY. So, I mean, you're looking up here at these levels, but as you get closer, the bracketing algo will start to mask some of the liquidity and moving up and down with it. Yeah, SPY looks a lot different. Yes, let's see. SPY. Is it going to go to ES? But moving, yeah, we're buying a lot more on ES than we are on SPY. That's interesting. Yeah, I still have that bracketing around. But yeah, see, this is just messy. It's just really messy and harder to read. The futures are so much easier, but that's really thin on SPY. SPY usually has a lot thicker book than that. Let's see. TradingView has volume candles. Let's see, Ben. Oh, did I miss some? Let's see. Challenge trader, 23,552 is the most buyers can go. That was kind of the area that I was looking for on NQ to get over this area. Yeah, we're out there now. Almost. Yeah, we came right back down into there. Man, I might have missed that entry. Yeah, this might have been the entry right here on SPY as well. So I might have missed that. Oh well, I'm enjoying spending time with you guys instead. Let's see, Zach, those large algo limit orders are the only sell orders or can also be short sell algos? It could be either. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what these are sometimes. I've just noticed lately as these orders have come in, we've really faded off of them, and it just makes it really hard for buyers to buy through. But once we do get through it and come back and retest, we can really run the book higher. We'll start stopping out. A lot of these sellers will start to become trapped and they'll need to get out, so we'll squeeze them out. You know, and if somebody was talking about that 552 level, yeah, this could be the squeeze level. So yeah, right there, that's where we found our big buyer to push down. So we get over that level, these sellers are going to be trapped. They're going to have to get out, so we could start to squeeze by hitting that, doing a stop run. Let's see, Natalia, Nathan, do you trade Thor's pivot system or do you have your own? I trade Thor's pivot system. That's what I trade. Nathan, is Global Plus required? Yeah, I answered that one. Sorry, I'm running behind on questions. Ben, TradingView has volume candles and higher subscriptions. Are those similar to the bubbles? I don't know, Ben. I haven't tried that in TradingView. I'm still kind of new to TradingView and getting used to it a little bit, so I'm not quite sure on that. I haven't looked at those, but I may go watch a video or something on them. Let's see. Kumar, the free version you can get, but I believe it is available for stocks, but it's delayed, or you can only do recording. I think that's the digital or digital plus. from what I remember. Chara, yes. The settings I have for futures is 340 for NQ. So it's 340 price levels above and 340 price levels up below. And then ES, I shouldn't have 340 for ES. I don't know why that one changed to something else. And mostly on stocks, it's usually about the same. So that's 100. So I'll go about 0.75% on the stocks instead of just using a straight number. I'll use 0.75. I think that's what Thor and I eventually settled on. Oh, thank you, Humberto. I am a massive Michael Jordan fan. Yeah, I love Mike. I grew up in Illinois during the 80s and 90s, and I got to see it live, all the games. If you didn't watch all the games in my town, no, you didn't have anything to talk about at school the next day. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. The data fee for Global Plus, I believe it's $9.99 a month at the moment. I think that's what it was the last time I was looking at it. My target for NQ would probably be, so once I start getting into targets, I go to the 15-minute and I look for 15-minute highs. Here, that's kind of high. I feel like that would be a little hard to get to. So let's go to the 5. That's still all the way up there. Yeah, maybe this high. Let's see. I would have gotten in around 220. I want to go at least 60 points. Man, so I'd have to go about 80. So probably I would throw that in at 80 for my first partial. And then around here, I would be looking to take partials through these highs because that's going to be right around the 15-minute high. So I like to use 15-minute high and lows for targets, but I like to get my stops generally about 30 for NQ. So I'd like to get that first partial at 2-to-1. I really shoot for that 2-to-1. And so I probably would throw that at 80 just because we have so much selling through here. We got a lot to go through. No fair value gaps, which is good. But this would be a little bit too high for a target for me, unless I was just going for a one and done like trade. That would be 73, but I'm looking at 120. Or yeah, I'd be looking all the way at 340 then for a full 4-to-1 trade. So I'd probably be partialing at 80 and then up and through these highs. I'd be looking to take small partials, maybe one contract or so. Let's see what it's here. Otta BBAI is having a rough day. Let's see. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm going to get through all the questions before we got to leave. You guys should join and come to my Monday webinars, 12 at 12 Eastern and BBT. I will be there to answer any questions you guys have, and I usually stay for an hour or more just answering questions about Bookmap. Let's see. Yeah, I feel bad that I'm not going to get to everybody's question. But I'll be on Friday and maybe Thor can have me on Monday and you guys. See, this isn't something I could trade. I'm already looking at the price. And yeah, this isn't anything that I would trade. These lower price stocks just aren't for me. If I trade stocks, it's generally the Mag 7 and AMD. They're just easier to read for me. Some of the swings and how these stocks react, they just don't react to kind of what I think about price action and how I look at it. But book is very bullish. It even faded off from a bullish book. Let's see, we faded off from, looks like we got some leading orders here. This might have been some spoofing as well. So we get a seller. You see how these orders are being pulled before they're filled? That's a good way to indicate a leading algo. Let's see, they held that one in there, but they pulled, added, and they added down here. It looks like this one got pulled. That one got filled, and that was your bounce. Now you're getting some nice price action in the other way. You got some order blocks filling some nice fair value gaps. So it's looking bullish. This order got pulled and added higher. Oh, added lower. So this may be some resistance. It looks like they pulled this order off, added it lower to provide some resistance. Overall, our delta on our buying's falling off, but we are extending higher. Yeah, this might be a little bit of a revision into this area. But yeah, I just don't trade these. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see, Zach, since TTQ and NQ follow each other, do their books look similar or the same? No, they do not look similar or the same. They look completely different. And that's similar. Their books look similar to this with the SPY, with just this sectioned out, going like this, and these bracketing algos around. No, but also keep in mind when, especially through options, when dealers and market makers hedge options, they do it through the futures contracts. It's more cost efficient for them. So that's why a lot more volume does come into the futures. It's easier for people around the world to trade. Most people generally trade the futures rather than stocks. And so a lot more volume comes in there, and then a lot more hedging volume too comes in through those. Let's see. Mark, we're at in Illinois. I am from Marion, Illinois. So it's like right in the middle of Southern Illinois down there. I grew up on a farm in a rural area down there, and then we moved to a little bit bigger town. It was only like 15,000 people, but it was big to us. So that was Marion. After we lived in White County, Illinois, is where my family's from. They own a bunch of land and farm in there. It's a great place. Loved growing up there. Rode a bunch of dirt bikes and four-wheelers. Oh, Mickey, you went and saw a finals game. Man, I never got to see one. I wish. It's like 6 hours to Chicago for us, and the tickets were outrageous. Ben, I already have lyrics for I Like Big Bubbles, so I've already beat you on that. Will NQ come back down to that fair value gap? That's kind of where I was looking. No. Why not on NQ? There we go. So when I'm going to look at a fair value gap to hold, especially I love this. When I get matching 5 and 15-minute fair value gaps, if I'm partialing out into the trade, and I probably would need a couple partials out into the trade, but the fallback into this, like this gap right here. So what, 23 or 230? Let's see if we have a 5 at 230. We have one right there, but I would like, let's see, 218. Okay, this would be a good area for an ad. I like the 5 and the 15-minute fair value gap to add up because you get so many bounces out of these, especially out of the 5. You can see how we bounced right off this 5 fair value gap. First time we retested it, you get a lot of bounces off of these areas. They're great places to add. So I love adding in those areas. You can see right here, we dipped into it. I'd like to see not quite as high of a high, because I do want a break and some extension forward off of that level and then a test to come back in it just to convince me. But yeah, you can see that would have been a great place to add right off that 5-minute fair value gap. On the screen, is it my IBR? I don't have my IBR stats on the screen right now. So yeah, like right now, I don't have an account even added to TradingView yet, because I just trade through Top Step. But a lot of times I'll use this just to work and play on stuff. Yasmin, I actually have a course coming. I'm getting ready to complete it. It should be out hopefully in a couple weeks. So I will have a full Bookmap course. It will start from the beginning to show you how to sign up to show you how to download, to show you how to bring up the platform. It will show you my settings. I customize my settings for the heat map. I use all of these little cutoffs and the smoothing, and I use the color map setting or the advanced color map settings to change just how the book looks. So I will go through all of that. I will show you how to customize the entire platform. And then we're going to go into absorption, stacking, and all types of price action events to teach you about those. Oh, Mark, you're from DuQuoin. Yeah, my mom, she was a master sergeant for the state police, and we actually lived in DuQuoin when I was much younger. So yeah, I'm very familiar with DuQuoin. Lived there for a while. And my mom, she was stationed out of DuQuoin, and then she got moved to stationed out of Marion. And so that's why we moved over there. Let's see. Humberto, I don't have a link for live trading. Oh, it looks like the Grammys music is coming on. Carla wants me to get out of here. Well, thank you guys. I'll be back. Have more questions for me, and have a good weekend.